Good morning, everybody. Oh, wow. Depending on where you are in the world. Good evening, good afternoon, as Fred would say. Today is the final day of the World's Strongest Man, and I'm not ready for this.
Oh, it's been a fun week, hasn't it?
It's been stressful.
Well, it's been, yes, it's been stressful, but it's been fun.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have been enjoying, kind of following along with us.
Oh my
what
goodness.
Are you doing?
Who's
That's
got it
you.
on there? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Hold on. We're getting a
Auntie
bit of
Liz
echo.
has got it playing somewhere else. How are you guys doing? Are you ready for the final day? It's going to be epic. We've got the dumbbell to start with. Then we have the truck pull. And of course, finishing with the Atlas stones. My personal take on today is the dumbbell is very important. I feel if Tom has made the progress that he talks about on dumbbell, is his, it's going to be very, very difficult to beat Tom because truck pull, I can't see him out of the top two, top three maybe. And I can't see him out of the top three on stones. Potentially he wins both of those two events. He's very good at truck pulling. He's unbelievable at the stones. The dumbbell is where it's at for him. Novikov needs to get a banker on that dumbbell. He needs to show what he did last year on the truck pull to be ahead of everyone else going into the stones, because there's a few guys that could beat Novikov on the stones. Mitch needs to be hitting PBs today. Dumbbell is something we've worked really hard on, but it's not been amazing in comp so far. It's been good. He has made good progress, but like Tom, he needs to kind of raise that level again on that event. Truck pull, he's worked exceptionally hard on, but he's never done it in a comp since last year's Worlds, which was his first time doing the truck pull. And his stones have made solid progress, but he's not a Trey or a Tom
or a Brian.
Yeah, so I think he can beat. I think when it comes to the stones, it's going to depend on who's in what position, because you do raise your level when you're battling for a title. But I think a lot of things could come down, and I also think Trey Mitchell's kind of consistency could keep him in the race as well.
Absolutely. Trey should
I don't
not
see
be
him
overlooked.
having a bad event.
No, he doesn't.
Maybe doesn't win any of these events, but
wouldn't
probably
necessarily
has.
need to. If, like Toby says, I think Evan, Brian, and Pavlo could get between people on the dumbbell and cause issue for some of the top four. 100%.
This is going to be interesting. For me, it all comes down to the dumbbell. Really,
absolutely.
This could be a big deciding factor.
So let's look at the standings as they are so far after 3 events. I'm sure all of you know, but we'll get them up on the screen anyway. Oh, I probably, hold on, should have got rid of Toby's comment first. Oh, Christ, where are you, Toby? Hold on. Look, rookies. There we go. So Jaco Schoonwinkel down there with 5.5 points. Then we've got Luke Stockman on 8 points. Matt Ragg on 11.5 points. Pablo Cordiaca on 14 points. Brian Shaw on 14.5 points. And then the top 5 right now is Evan Singleton with 15.5 points. Trey Mitchell with 22.5 points. That's quite a jump there. 7 points difference between the top 4 and then the rest of the pack. Then Tom Stoltman with 24 points, currently in 3rd place, just half a point ahead of him. Alexei Novikov of 24.5, and then just half a point ahead of Alexei Mitch Hooper with 25 points. My gentle heart definitely can't cope. I don't know about you, Lassie. One thing we do have for you guys is some exclusive B-roll of the Fingals from yesterday. It's only about a minute long, but this is for you to enjoy. Here we go. There we go. So hard to watch Brian struggling with that final finger.
Yeah, there's been talk of the block getting in the way of his feet, but I really don't think that's the biggest factor. It's sad because he's such a great strongman, and he's still one of the best in the world. He's 6th place in the world right now, and he could still climb up higher. But it's just he's just not what he used to be.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
And that's to be expected with
at
a man
41 years
exactly,
old.
who's done
And
so
you think
much.
of the punishment that he's put his body through over
Yeah.
such a long career. He is still incredible. But Tom Stoltman really making a statement on those fingers. And look how cool he looked in that video. He was just calm, collected.
Yeah.
This dumbbell is where it's going to be.
It's going to be so interesting. Fred, good morning, Fred. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for joining us,
super
Fred.
chat. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Looks like a beautiful day here in Myrtle Beach. We'll be over later, but this live is more exciting and stressing. Mitch is there in person this year. But yes. Oh, sorry, Fred. Yeah, sorry. I was reading Mitch in another comment. But yes, it's going to be interesting. And thankfully, the weather is so much nicer today.
Yeah, so we think it's going to start in about 55 minutes. It's supposed to.
Yes, it is. And apparently it's only going to take 45 minutes.
We'll see about that.
We will see, yeah, definitely. But we should be able to give you guys a run by run as it's happening, or play by play, is it called?
Yeah.
Sports talk. I'm not really sure.
Auntie Liz talk.
Yeah.
This top is reflecting too much. I'm going to go and change my top.
Oh, Loz is glowing and he's not happy about it. There you go.
Bothered by me.
Yeah. And the Hedgehog, as they rightfully point out, 15 years in a row in a World's Strongest Man final. Absolutely. No one else has done anything like that. It's really crazy. How come we were allowed to see that footage? That is because I have press credentials, which anyone can apply for, technically, theoretically, but you have to have like a platform, I guess, for reporting. And so I have access to photos and bits of footage like this that I'm allowed to use because of the credentials, which is nice and makes a nice change from what I was looking at yesterday, which was a few pixels running across the screen. So, which is very nice. If anyone else was top 10 in the world, they would be happy with Brian's results. Absolutely. Brian's still in the mix and he's got some great events today. So we will see how he does. I don't like it when Loz leaves me. I feel a huge sense of responsibility to entertain you all by doing something weird. Yeah, a lot of people have been posting full videos this year, and hopefully they don't get in any trouble at any point. But yeah, there's so much footage out there this year. It's been actually probably one of the best years ever in terms of access, not necessarily during, but certainly after an event. Benjamin, thank you so much for the super chat. Is Brian mathematically out of getting first place? So we have done the maths on this. Technically, mathematically, it is possible if he was to win the next 3 events, but he would be reliant on the guys who are currently above him placing below the guys who are currently underneath him. So you would need people like Yako, Luke, etc., all beating the guys of Tom, Alexei, Mitch, Trey, in order to get between Brian and the top of the pack. So while it's mathematically technically possible, the reality is it's almost impossible. It's almost definitely not going to happen. But we would like to see Brian climb the ranks today. It would be great to see him in the top 5. It would be incredible to see him on the podium. So who knows? Are you happier?
Yeah, it was just reflecting a bit too much, I thought. For
now you're so black. It's like a black hole. Hello, everyone. Rooting for Alexei. Sing us a song, Liz. I nearly did, Loz. I panicked when you left. I was like, oh, God. The responsibility is overwhelming. Something really stupid. I'd probably make a song up.
Yeah, you usually do.
I do, yeah.
6 a.m. there. Wow.
Is it? Shouldn't it be 7 a.m. there?
I guess where it depends where.
Right. Sorry, yeah. So what's Fred saying? Yesterday I was Rano, today I'm Mitch. Who will I be tomorrow? Who knows? Wolfgang, thank you for the super chat. What does Brian need to do in order to at least podium?
He needs a lot of people to have disasters. That's the reality, and he needs to win every single event. You know, he can get 30 points today if he won every event, but the reality of him doing that is extremely low.
We would have thought the fingers would be one of those events that he could win. I can't see anyone but Alexei winning the dumbbell.
I can, but it's not an impossibility for guys to beat Alexei, but he has proven so many times. You know, nothing is ever guaranteed. We've seen that, you know, Pavlo on the deadlift at the Arnolds, Luke at the log at the Arnolds. True, it doesn't always kind of go to plan.
No, it's true.
But it would be hard to see, you know, he is going in as the favorite on the dumbbell, that's for sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
And there's a lot of decent dumbbell pressers. Evan Singleton is very good at the dumbbell.
Yeah.
Trey Mitchell. Mitch has made
Pavlo.
huge progress. Pavlo's very good.
Brian.
So who knows?
Yeah,
You
who
know,
knows?
it's for me the interesting one is Luke. Because
Yeah.
Luke is good overhead.
Mm.
Now, can he get between Tom and some of those other people?
And would he?
And would he? I know that's like a
bit of a taboo
yeah,
topic, but would he sabotage his own performance?
I don't think so.
1 extra point for Tom. I don't
just
think so.
he's
There's too much pride on the line, surely.
He wants
You
to
have
place
be
as
there for
high as he
yourself.
can.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, I think if it was a log, Luke would be thinking, I want to win this. Definitely.
Oh, God, yeah.
Dumbbell,
definitely.
not quite as confident with.
Yeah, you have to be there for yourself in the final. N.A. Rushton, thank you for the super chat. From what I've seen, everyone who got top 3 in the heats has earned a place in World's Strongest Man 24. That leaves 16 places for people to go to Giants Live, Strongman Champions League, OSG to earn their place. Yeah, quite agree. And if you look at who was invited this year versus who was left off of last year, I guess, no one who placed 6th in the group last year was re-invited. And actually, in hindsight, that's been a great thing because that's made way for our Jacko Schoonwinkels and Matt Rags, who
and
otherwise may not have even been
getting
here.
that opportunity, even for some of the new guys that didn't make the final. Just having that experience at Worlds will make a big difference if they come back again.
Most of the 5th places from last year in the groups did not get re-invited, even some of the 4th places. But yeah, I think the guys who ended up in the stone off, I mean, Bobby Thompson, we know how good he was in the group stages. Yeah. He was really unfortunate. Gav Bilton put up such a fight. I was gutted for Gav. Yeah. Ivers Schmaxlis is so solid, and he's podiumed twice recently at Giants Live shows. Rauno proving, I mean, we've never seen a stone off like that.
That was amazing.
And then Aethor Ingelsson Melstead, who's another really solid guy who's been a 2-time finalist. So totally agree with you.
Someone asking if the dumbbell has started. No, it's not started yet.
No.
We should find out fairly soon.
Yeah.
I'll try and find out, actually.
We wanted to make sure we definitely didn't miss a thing because sometimes they get going early and then we have the huge delays. So we definitely do not want to miss a thing today. We're going to keep a really close eye on start times. No, dumbbell event has not started. You are not missing anything. I think Luke would drop a point to help Tom win World's Strongest Man. The thing is as well that there's still 2 events after. It's not like the very end where we know exactly how it would play out. So, you know, when you're in that moment, so the way the dumbbell will work, let's go through the weight jumps as well, actually. So the guys have 60 seconds to make an attempt on the dumbbell. They can attempt more than once in that time as well. The weight jumps are set, but they can skip over. So they can do like the opening, skip the next one, go for the next one. Obviously, they have to take these calculated risks between fatigue and everything else. Where's your
info?
Here's my info. So the Max Dumbbell, 60 seconds per attempt. The planned weight jumps are starting with 115 kilos.
That's a heavy start.
And then it's a big jump up to 125 kilos. I'm surprised we're not seeing a 120 there. Then it's another big jump up to 132.5 kilos. Then it's 140 kilos. Then 145. Then 151. And we're getting into comically large territory for the dumbbells now. And then the last weight is 155. Now, with those big jumps, if any of the top guys end up tied with 125 with some of the other guys who are in very close contention scoring big points, that's going to be an absolute disaster for them.
Yeah.
So there's a lot riding on this dumbbell, very stressful. The other events we've got today, the bus pull, which is about 20,000 kilos. And then it's a 25-meter course with a 60-second time limit. And then finally, the Atlas stones, 5 stones. The first one is 150 kilos. Then we have 160, 180, 200, and the final stone is 210 kilos, 60-second time limit.
Yeah, it's still 3 tough events to go through.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see any world records on the dumbbell.
Not with that dumbbell.
For 2 reasons. One, I think the guys are going to start really feeling it at this point.
Yeah.
And 2, that those bigger dumbbells are ridiculous. I've been told the first few dumbbells are more normal sized, so they should be okay on them. But starting at 115, potentially we see 1 or 2 0.
Yeah,
that's the reality, especially at this stage of the competition. I mean, it wasn't that long ago a 120 dumbbell was very, very good.
Yeah.
Now guys like Kilishkovsky and Dimitar Savatinov and Novikov have taken the dumbbell up to extreme levels. But there's still not that many pros going over the 130 mark. Certainly not at this stage of a competition.
Yeah. Retro Wave, I have found your comment. You're right down here. Thank you for the super chat. They should do a sumo deadlift challenge in Strongman, but no deadlift suit would be allowed. You know who would really like that? Rauno, yeah. His sumo is the same as his conventional, but a lot of strongmen, they don't lift sumo. They don't get anything extra out of it, do they?
Well, sumo is body shape dependent.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, I guess you could do a sumo lift. To me, a sumo deadlift is like, it's a different lift. It's still mightily impressive, but I don't think you can compare a sumo to a conventional. So it would be interesting to see just a sumo lift as an event to see who could lift the most. Likewise, it's great to see like a squat lift or a log lift. They're all, to me, different events.
Yeah.
I don't really think sumo and conventional should be combined into the same category.
Yeah, congratulations on 135,000. Can't believe I've only heard about your channel this past week.
Oh, thank you very much for
possible?
joining us.
Yes, we're glad you found us and you're here now. Hugh Roberts.
Yeah, we're at 135,500. So
there we go.
That is pretty cool. We've had over 500 new subscribers yesterday.
We had 900 new subscribers.
900 yesterday. Yeah. There we go. That was amazing. If we could get, if anyone hasn't subscribed, please consider doing so and like the video.
Benjamin, thank you for the super chat. Will you two ever attend World's Strongest Man in person to cover events? You bring so much knowledge to the coverage.
Absolutely. We have had discussions with World's Strongest Man.
We've had discussions with the social media team because there was like a penciled in plan for us to do something like this, but there. So we're giving you a play-by-play of what's happening. So it's almost like Strongman Radio, but basically they didn't have the budget to bring us out. It wasn't budgeted for, and you know.
Yeah, companies like it's not like we were demanding. But
no, not at all.
They plan their budget a year in advance.
Yeah.
So maybe next year they will look at doing something with us. Hopefully, you guys can give us a good word towards World's Strongest Man. So you enjoy what we're doing, and maybe they'll get us over there.
Give them a little poke. Thank you, Ben. Jimin. Stephen, thank you for the super chat. Loz versus JF at OSG Masters. Can't wait.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Battle of the Ages. It's going to be great.
I hope I can get in some kind of decent shape just to make it a battle, because right now I am nowhere near that level.
You'll be fine.
But by December, that's when I plan on peaking this year.
Ages away, yeah. And if we get Zadrunas and Rauno in there as well, it's like a pro show from just a few years ago.
Yeah, well, there's others as well. Jerry Pritchard might do it.
Yes.
We might have Brian Shaw could do it. I just don't think he will.
But he won't. No.
No offense, but I hope he doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
He's still looking pretty tasty.
Brian, rest, man, rest.
Enjoy your retirement.
Yeah. Come along, watch, but for Christ's sake, sit down. Gregors, thank you for the super chat. Hi, family. The World's Strongest Man is going way too quick. I have withdrawals for next week for the lack of your lives. Are the boys going in pairs or singles? Everything now is singles, apart from obviously the Atlas Stones, which would be pairs. Yeah. But so because it's a max event, weight will be out there one at a time on each attempt. They can skip weights if they want to. And yes, they've got 60 seconds to make their attempt and get their successful lift.
So dumbbell is still scheduled for 8 a.m.
Which is 1 p.m. UK time, which is about 40 minutes away. Yeah.
Yeah. We just wanted to get on and, we're just hyped, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Excited for today.
Where are we?
Sumo or conventional, Uncle Rauno will win. Yeah, in Strongman,
to be honest,
he's very good at deadlifting of all sorts, reps, max.
I think he prefers max because it takes any sort of cardio out of it.
Yeah,
but he is obviously incredible for reps too.
Some of the 400 kilo for reps he's done in competition, he's kind of won, but he's done even more in training, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Zach and Nathan's, thank you so much for becoming members. So basically, World Strongest Man can't afford this. No, I mean literally like just travel expenses. That was it. And no, they can't. I'm not sitting in the hold. And then,
to be quite honest, they would need to pay Liz to do it. It's this is your job and part of our business, so they would need to pay for Liz's expenses. But we're not crazy people that are hugely
we're not demanding either. Christ,
this year they wanted us to go out there on our own expenses, and
we weren't willing to
use my coach's pass is to get backstage, which I wasn't willing to take away from my coaches, my athletes' families and stuff.
Yeah.
And they just didn't have the budget this year. But hopefully next year we can kind of keep working with them, and we will be there, because we'd love to be there in some kind of capacity. I mean, I'd love to be there just as a coach, to be quite honest, but I'd love to be there doing this kind of thing and, you know, being able to give people a real indication of what's happening rather than just the results coming through or the little snippets that we've seen.
Great question from Bernard. Are you more nervous as a coach than a competitor?
Yes, I get more nervous as a coach. The reason being, I think, is because you
Lack of
are
control.
yeah. When you're an athlete, you do get nervous, but you are in control of what you're doing. As a coach, there's nothing you can do at this point. You know, I can send a couple of messages. If I was there, I could say some, you know, words of wisdom. We are talking, you know, a lot of my athletes, we've spoken between events, spoken to all 4 of the athletes of mine that compete at Worlds this year. You know, and they're all different people, so you do have to deal with them differently. But from a competitor's point to a coach's point, I find the coaching, I'm way more nervous watching as a coach than I was competing as an athlete.
I'm just talking to some people on the ground. Liz demanding first class and presidential suites all the way. You
That's
know
right.
it. No, we always.
She's a demanding woman.
David, thank you for the super chat. Good morning. How much is the current world record?
The current world record, I believe, is 150 kilos, which is 330 pounds.
Yeah, Kiliashkovsky has it. So, wow, we so wanted to see him in the final.
It was a long time. Like, was it
2017 or
18?
18? Yeah, it was at Summer Mania in the UK. Yeah, there we go. $1 million. No, Victor. Couldn't afford the Diet Cokes alone. Wow, there's a point. There's a very good point. Fred, thank you for the super chat. Remember, people, no live stream, but you can see results on Strongman archives. No spamming, and be polite. We are family and here to have fun. Fred's turned into dad. Thanks, Dad. I better not call him that. You might enjoy it. $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Oh dear.
Shout out to Mrs. S is watching.
Oh, Mrs. S, as she is watching. What was I going to say?
Miss S is the little one.
Oh, not me then.
No,
oh,
Alexa.
Miss S.
Who do you think she's talking about?
I didn't see who made the comment. Hi, Alexa. Mummy and Daddy love you, and you can have your mummy and daddy back as soon as World's Strongest Man is finished. We miss you. Be a good girl for Granny.
Yes.
Eat your vegetables, and no giving Granny problems at bedtime.
And you can come to the gym with Daddy soon.
Yay. We love you. Mwah, mwah.
Bless her.
Loz is in charge of the. There we go.
Leighton, YouTube didn't notify me of this live despite me opting in to be notified.
Oh,
how very rude. That is rude of YouTube.
YouTube not helping us out there. Very, very rude. Stephen, thank you for the super chat. Loz, you should be commentator at all shows.
Thank you very much, Stephen.
Don't you think we'll get bored of his voice?
I enjoy the shows that I do get to commentate on, and yeah, if World's Strongest Man want me, we'll be there.
Working with a mixture of people as well. I know you really enjoy working with Sean, don't you?
Yes, for the Arnolds and the Rogue. He's awesome to work with because he's such a pro commentator.
Yeah.
And he makes my life so easy because I can just be the expert.
Yes.
Whereas sometimes I'm not as confident leading.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome working with him.
There we go. Gamebro, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. We are going to do a members only live next week and throw in a ton of extra stuff for you guys. This is a massive thank you for everyone
for all
who's
our
joined.
Members, we want to do that for you guys. So next week when things calm down, we will do a members only live.
Oh, Fred. I'll bet. You dirty dog.
I think Fred's bet is safe now. I think I've won that bet.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to keep Liz for at least another year.
Oh, that's good. Benjamin, thank you for the super chat. Big Fred official. What's your most controversial strongman sport opinion in general? Ooh, do we have controversial opinions?
I try not to have controversial opinions. I try and have solutions to problems. That's kind of what I try and focus on. I don't see the point in kind of slagging off the sport or, you know, things within the sport. I try and focus on, okay, this is a problem and we've got to try and, you know, make it move forward. I do think World's Strongest Man being aired so much later than when it happens is an issue in the sport in this day and age.
It's a massive problem.
You know, I think that's something that needs to be looked at. And as a fan, I can't wait till Christmas to watch World's Strongest Man.
We often end up not watching World's Strongest Man by then, because so much has happened since. I mean, I feel I'm definitely going to watch this year's just because it's been so exciting. Every single heat, the final so far, we will watch it, but we often don't.
I think they need to look into ways of making it. Maybe it doesn't need to be absolutely live, but I think I'd like it live.
A day or two.
But I think, you know, you look at those big tennis events, golfing events, stuff like that, the Olympics, they have them live and they have a lot of filler between. And I think if you have guys like myself, maybe Brian Shaw,
Terry Hollands,
you know, these guys that have been there before, giving you insight, having vignettes of different things, people's training up to things, you could make it.
Athlete profiles.
I think there's so many more fans growing in the sport that we could make it work. But I'm not a TV expert either, so maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think we can keep stopping people or not allowing people to watch it live. That's something that definitely needs to happen. I don't know the best way of going about it, because right now just a live stream is not going to make the money that they make from the TV contracts. But maybe we can work with TV to do it live.
Leo, thank you so much for becoming a member. So now that the viewership has doubled since earlier, shall I play the video again for those just joining us?
Those haven't seen, you've got some footage that World's Strongest Man I've let you use.
Yes, because I have press credentials, because I'm a good girl and I do everything properly. So here is some B-roll from yesterday's Fingles Fingers for you to enjoy. There we go. We are back, Lozzie. And for everyone else who is unsure about the score so far leading into the first event today, here they are up on the screen. So this is the standings after day one. It is so tight at the top, just 1 point separating the top three.
2.5 between the top four.
Crazy. And then there's quite the jump down, 7 points between Trey in 4th place and Evan in 5th place. Brian not far behind Evan with some great events today in 6th place. And then Pablo Cordiaca's got
I feel for Pablo because I've seen some of the clips since on that shield carry, and he must be devastated.
He must be devastated. There's so much confusion about what went on there, because we've seen he clearly did not cross the line from the angle that's almost behind the ref.
You're talking about this much.
You're talking about that much. And also, it looks like he got a signal to continue. So we want to find out more before we talk about it in any sort of further depth. I'd like to speak to Dave Warner, to be honest. But yeah.
It's a tough one.
It is.
You know, it all depends on what was spoken about beforehand. And we weren't at the rules meeting
or
anything like that. So,
no.
You know, but he's going to be gutted in himself, because at the end of the day, he's the one that didn't cross the line. But if he was given a good signal, then that's confusing. And there's so many issues that we could talk about. But
we'll find out more.
He needs to kind of keep his head clear and just keep fighting, because he still has good events to come.
Kurtz, thank you for the super chat. Loz, JF, Big Z, Rauno, Jerry, all in a show again would have my inner child smiling. I grew up watching these shows. Loz used to scare me as a kid. You used to scare me too. No. How old are you if he was scaring you as a kid? That's great that we've got younger fans in the sport as well.
Brilliant. Yes. I'm sorry I was scaring you. I'm really not that scary in real life.
This week's MVP, Mama Shatley, 100%. We could not have done this without her.
She helps us so much, you know, allows us to kind of travel to these competitions. And, you know, if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be able to do it. So, she's a huge part of our team.
And Samurai Guy, thank you for the super chat. Hello from Melbourne, Australia. Plans to come back?
We would love to come back. Absolutely love to.
Yes, we really enjoyed our time in Australia. It just wasn't long enough. But you guys, I mean, you're us. You're Brits with an accent. It's like the humor, everything. We really, really enjoyed every.
One thing we'd love to do, if we can get to the point with the channel, is go and travel like across America, maybe across Europe, and maybe across Australia.
Yeah,
Things like that, where we
lots
could
of
collab with
collabs.
people.
Yeah.
And yeah, that would be an amazing thing for us to do.
And the support that you guys give us during World's Strongest Man Week allows us to do things throughout the year, sometimes at a loss. Some of the smaller competitions we go to, when you factor in the costs to us, we don't make any money at all. But this week really helps us
how
out.
Generous you guys have been with these super chats and becoming members and just watching the videos, subscribing to the channel. That all helps us so much. So thank you once again.
Mr. Hippo, thank you for the super chat. Does Loss often get recognized in public? Yes, he does.
Auntie Liz gets recognized quite a bit now as well.
Which is just awful. It just takes me by surprise every single time. I'm so awkward as well. If anyone's ever started, like, I'll never be rude or anything to anyone. Only to Fred. but I will be awkward. So that's fun. I'm shyer than I may appear. Can Trey do it? Trey is in with a good chance. He's got some solid events today, whereas the other guys all have potentially a weakness. Trey doesn't really, and you don't need to be winning all the events. You just need to be
Trey
solid.
Could potentially win World's Strongest Man without winning an event.
Yeah, it is possible. And it depends where everyone else comes and who gets in between them. Martin, thank you for the super chat. Watching while getting ready for work. It's 7:30 a.m. here. Can we just continue this best morning show? LOL.
Thank you. We're going to stay with you as long as we can, guys, today. It's the final. We're all excited. We're hyped. And I'm genuinely nervous.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard because they're friends, a lot of them. Obviously, I haven't met a couple of the guys. Oh, I have. I've met everyone. I've met everyone. I'm pretty good friends with most of them.
Yeah.
But obviously, I've been invested into Mitch, and I mean, I'm proud of what he's done already. And you know, whether he comes fourth or first, he's done incredibly well.
His progression has been incredible. He doesn't need to win World's Strongest Man this year. He's new to the sport still. It will keep him hungry as well. But not that he wouldn't be hungry anyway. He's still. I know a lot of people are talking about, would he move on quite quickly? But the longer he's been in the sport, the longer he wants to stay in the sport. Has been how the conversations have gone.
You think how new he is. That's the first time he's ever done fingers. Last year was the first time he's done a truck pull. That's still the only truck pull he's done.
May last year was his first international competition. So technically, we're still within his first 12 months of pro strongman. Schoon Finger Winkle, thank you so much for the super chat. Loz, I'm catching up on old World's Strongest Man, and Loz without a beard is just ... Wow. Also, did you say Mitch wasn't leaning enough into the fingers yesterday?
Yeah, by the end, he was kind of like pushing in front of himself like this, which was just panic mode setting in. He can definitely improve on the fingers, which is great from my point of view as his coach. It's great for him because if we do it again, we can be even better. That's the first time he's ever used those fingers. The finger that he trained on wasn't the most efficient finger in the world, and he's still, first time ever doing them, did all 5 fingers. So in a solid time. Yeah. So that's the scary thing going forwards, and he's still in there with a shot.
Brian just uploaded looking pretty sad at the end from Jay. It's so hard. It was so hard to see him struggle on that 5th finger, an event he used to be so dominant at.
Yeah. I didn't think I'd get quite as emotional as I did watching.
I know.
Because, especially from my point of view, I'm a former competitor. So I know what goes on behind the scenes. I know how much work every single athlete puts in, not just one person, every single athlete. And I genuinely felt for him.
Yeah, I felt a little bit teary-eyed.
You know he's been working hard on this. You know he looked great in the heats.
Yeah, and you know, I didn't think I'd get emotional because he was someone who, you know, I didn't want you competing against because he was so good, and it's hard to see someone not quite
Brian's
their best
the only athlete I never beat.
I know, yeah.
I've beaten Eddie, I've beaten Thor, I've beaten Zadrunas.
You beat Thor when? I'm joking.
6 times. People think it was just once. I'm point that out.
Messing with you.
But no, I've beaten Lysis, I've beaten Kilishkovsky, I've beaten Stoltmans. Never could beat Brian. I came close a couple of times, but he was just unbelievable. And you know, now not being a competitor, I was just a fan watching him. And I've been there from his first World's Strongest Man, competed against him 11 times at Worlds and many other shows. Yeah. He's phenomenal. And it just catches up with us all.
Yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. Bron Chopped, nervous for Moose. Fellow Canadian over there, Bron Chopped. And he is part of Team Moose. Liz was lovely when she spoke to me and my wife, who knows nothing of strongman in Australia. Oh, nice to hear. Thank you. I can, like, we're on camera so often. We can't be anything other than ourselves, because how can you pretend so much and so consistently? So we just have to be ourselves. And
I've never
some
tried
people
to
might not
pretend
like
who I
us.
am.
Oh, I
So
can't.
if people don't like,
I'm too old. I can't be bothered. If you don't like me, it's fine.
we know we're embarrassing at times. We probably say stuff that we don't mean it sometimes
Yeah,
as
and
well.
then
But
think afterwards, oh shit,
yeah.
I shouldn't have said that. What was the award that Brian got during the deadlift event? Thank you for the super chat. So that was actually, they ended up giving 2 awards, one to Brian and one to Mark. It was Tools of Strongman, and there was no definitive, like, this is what it takes to win this award, but it was about someone who, you know, has the heart of a strongman and puts in the work, is liked by everyone. It's just like a man of the match, I guess.
Yeah,
and they
it's
gave
just
2.
like a recognition for their dedication to the sport.
Yeah, and their
like
hard work over the years. Where are we? Russ, thank you for the super chat. A shout out to Magnus Berm Magnuson on his 60th birthday today. He is a great person.
Magnus is stealing all the thunder this
Got
weekend.
engaged this week as well.
Congratulations to Magnus and Monica.
Monica
and,
Bager. You guys know the name.
You guys know Monica. And yeah, Magnus and Monica, both awesome.
Yeah, really
just,
sweet.
I want to address this one.
Liz-in-laws always underestimate Novikov. Never.
You really think
because
so?
Hooper is their student.
Oleg,
you must be brand new to the channel.
I don't think you've been watching a lot of our prediction videos and the videos we've done about rankings and athletes in the past.
Do you know what? We always have Novikov at the top, and we get slated for it. And like, oh, why do you always?
People that watch our channel regularly will correct you on that one.
Yeah. No, we're massive Novikov fans. 100%. If he's in a competition, 9 times out of 10, I predict he wins. Andy, thank you for the super chat. How do they time events at World's Strongest Man? The times were 100ths of a second for Fingals, but human reaction is at best 10. Yes. No, quite agree.
Yeah.
And like between, I think, was it Mitch and Evan or Mitch and Trey?
Mitch and Evan.
Mitch and Evan. There was 0.08 of a second, something like that.
Less than that.
Less than that. It's stopwatch, I believe, isn't it, Lozzie?
At the moment, yeah, unfortunately it is. I think that's something that does need to be.
We need like pressure pads, lasers, whatever technology is out there. Yeah, to get the most accurate results.
Especially on speed events.
100%, yeah, especially when it's so close. JA, thank you for the super chat. No Jochen Arnold's World's Strongest Man or Shaw this year. Is this because it's now known to be an automatic win for Mitch?
Maybe. Can't make it too easy for him.
And it's incredible how well Mitch is doing, considering none of it.
I'll be honest.
Deadlift's a good event for him.
These events in World's Strongest Man are not his best events.
Yeah.
That's a scary thought for everyone else.
Yeah.
And he's just making progress all the time. But things like yoke, he is unbelievable at.
Is that Coyote?
Yeah.
Missed the lives yesterday, but caught up last night with your recaps. That was an exciting day. You guys do such a great job. Thanks for what you do. Thank you so much. And thank you.
I hope you guys that couldn't see the lives enjoyed the recaps. They're just short. We wanted to keep them short so they're easy to watch, because we know the lives can go on a little bit.
And we don't have the time and energy to film anything longer than that. My goodness, because we're filming those in between the lives. Old Xavier, thank you for the super chat. Do you think Thor will come back for more World Strongest Man titles? Grim news on the torn pecs, but hopefully that won't stop him giving a run for all these guys.
I really want to see Thor come back. He's still young enough, still good enough, and I think it would make the sport even more interesting. You think how packed it is at the top there. Add Thor into that mix, add Lysis into that mix. What a competition.
Yeah.
It would be unbelievable. And Thor in his prime, these are very good events for him. So he'd be a real problem for everyone.
My person on the ground may not get there until 8:25.
My goodness.
Unacceptable.
Have they been asleep?
Oh, probably.
I've got a few people keeping me updated.
Who could it be? But we will be getting some updates later. Wow. For every single event.
Billy says, what age do you recommend starting to get regular train lifting heavyweights? My 13-year-old son trains occasionally and he has a PB deadlift of 102 kilos. Training, as long as you're being smart, can be done at any age. So my daughter comes to the gym with me occasionally and I teach her lifting, but I try and keep it all fun. And I try and keep the sessions very short for her because at that age, the attention span is not so huge anyway, and it needs to be kept fun. And it's very much focused on technique and jumping, bending, kind of just movement, not so much lifting heavy weights. As long as you have good form, and you're not trying to sort of overtrain them, then kids of any age can train. Often people think there's this myth that they're going to get stunted growth and stuff like that. It's absolutely rubbish. Lifting, physical fitness in general are fantastic for children, and doing sports as well. Just being sporty is going to have a huge transition over to what you want to do in the future. Some of the best athletes just come from different sports, and just moving is something that I feel quite strongly about, that kids should lift and should kind of do sport and exercise, because it's going to help them going forward with whatever they want to do. Some incredible strong women started off with gymnastics.
Yeah.
And
you see that in their performances as well, don't you? They're so dynamic. Adam from All Things Strongman, thank you for the super chat. One big day left, going to be an unbelievable finish to this year's Worlds. Can't wait for the twists and turns.
Thank you, Adam. Adam's done a good job with All Things Strongman on Instagram.
Yeah, really lovely looking graphics. We had a little chat earlier.
Yeah.
Mr. Burns, thank you for the super chat. Cheers to the Royals of Strongman talk, Sir Loz and Queen Liz. Hopefully Brian goes out in style today. Love you guys. Greetings from Austria.
I'm sure he's going to keep fighting till the very end.
Austria, that's another country I haven't been to. I have so much travel to do, Lozzie.
Billy?
Where? Billy, where's your comment, Billy? Hold on, what have you done? It's so easy to hit the button before Billy's super chat question is above. Is it? Because I cannot see it. Okay, Loz is looking for you, Billy. Okay. Tim, thank you so much for becoming a member. And Henry, thank you for the super chat. What year was Brian in his best form? Thanks.
I can't find Billy's.
Billy, can you just type it again in caps, and we'll keep a very close eye out for you. Lozzie, when do you think Brian was in his best form?
Between 2010 and 2016. I would say that was Brian at his absolute best, and he was unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, Peter, thank you for the super chat, Peter. Okay, I sent the message about the super chat. Wonderful. Great work with all the lives. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you very much, Peter.
We do try and dip in and not just concentrate on super chats, but we hate to miss them, because we really do appreciate any support that we get. We just, appreciate you guys joining us. Hurry up. Yes, indeed, Alex H. Indeed. I think Brian in his prime would have took this year as well. Strongest Man says piano. Yeah, 100%. These are incredible events for Brian.
Brian in his prime, I looked into it yesterday. His time on the fingers that he did in 2009 was faster than anyone's time yesterday. His deadlifting was solid yesterday, but his deadlifting used to be better. His dumbbell has been exceptionally good in the past. He has won truck pull many times at World's Strongest Man. His stones have been unbelievable. These are really, really good events for Brian.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone just asking there for the
the dumbbell weights.
Yeah, I think it
starts at 115 kilos, right?
Yeah, so I was going to click on this one, but it's not got all of them. So yeah, the opening weight is 115 kilos. There's 125, 132.5, 140, 145, 151, and 155. I'm surprised there's more jumps around the 140 to 155 than there is in the lower end, to be honest.
To be quite honest, seeing the size of the dumbbells, I don't think we'll see over 140.
Do you not? No. Wow. In that case, there's going to be so many split points, and it could really mess things up. It's so hard to call. Very stressed.
Yeah.
Does any ideas what time the event will start? It should be starting in about 15 minutes
15 minutes, we think, guys.
Yeah.
So far, it doesn't seem like there's any delays, so we'll keep you updated if we get any further information, but nothing has come through. Last I heard, it's starting in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Someone's trolling. Mods, get on it. Ada, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. Yeah, dumbbell is due to start at 12 p.m. 1 p.m. UK time, which is 8 a.m. Is it ET, Eastern time? I don't know. You guys have a lot of time zones. ET is an alien. Schoon Fingerwinkle. Oh God, I can't say it. Thank you for the super chat. Just watch Brian's latest video. ending shot of his wife comforting him was gut-wrenching. Don't know one image could be so powerful. Oh, I haven't seen that. And I'm glad, actually, because we were quite emotional without seeing anything like that.
It's so tough, especially for the family.
Oh,
you know, because they're the ones that know how much it means to you as an athlete. You've been in that position before where I've been devastated with how things have gone.
And it's so weird. And Mitch Hooper talked about this in his video as well. The athlete, Brian, will feel like he's let Kerry down, but Kerry doesn't feel that way at all. I can promise you, she just wants him to be okay and happy with his performance.
We all put such pressure on ourselves as athletes at all levels. But imagine being Brian Shaw. Basically, he's in a no-win. You know, either he wins or he loses. Because for him, anything less than first in his mind is disappointing. He's the 4-time world's strongest man. He's one of the greatest ever to do it. So even coming second, we all look at that and think that's amazing. Just getting to the final is amazing. But in his head, anything other than first is a disappointment. Now he's got all that pressure on him, and all she wants to do is just let him know that she loves him and she's happy. It's very difficult. It's one thing that really helped me when I walked away from the sport was like, okay, my kids and Liz are more important than Strongman. You know, it doesn't matter if I'm performing there. I've got a loving family. That's more important to me. You know, we all want
that will be there forever as well.
Absolutely. And Brian, you know, what a career he's had. He's got nothing.
What a great life he has as well. So I'm sure he's going to be okay. But it's
in that
very
moment,
hard in the
he's
moment.
just, you know, he feels he's let everyone down. All his fans, his family, his coaches, his training partners, you know, and he's got a lot of people that kind of
support.
But all of us love Brian. You know, and he's been an ambassador for the sport, and he's going to keep going forward. You know, he's got the Shore Classic. I'm sure he'll get involved in other areas as well. And he's helped grow the sport with his following and what he's done.
Andreas, thank you for the super chat. Mitch will be the next Ahola, as short in the sport as necessary, and then out to do the next thing.
Everyone thinks he's going to be like have a really short career. He's not mentioned anything like that to me. From what I gather, he's enjoying it, and he wants to keep enjoying it.
Quite early on when he first joined, but that attitude has changed quite a bit.
I don't think he will be as a Drinis or a Brian and go on for a really long time.
No.
But he's certainly not getting out within the next few years.
No. Exactly. Dennis, thank you for the super chat.
He doesn't need me coaching. Novikov is a well-trained athlete, and his coach is very good. And, you know, there's no real weakness with Novikov. You just got to make sure you keep preparing. I would be more selective about comps now as he's getting older. I think
he's 27.
But he's competed a lot.
I know.
So let's get that right. And the thing with the sport now is it's very, very heavy and competitive. So I think Novikov needs to focus on maybe 1 or 2 giant shows, not doing them all, and maybe like the Arnolds and Worlds, maybe Rogue. You know, he doesn't want to do 10, 12 shows a year. Maybe 5 or 6 is enough for him.
Absolutely. Oh, and it's EST, Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much, Paul. I wasn't sure. Well, the clock's changing doesn't help either, because then it becomes different. Luna, thank you for the super chat. Weren't the fingers in 2019 lighter in weight?
No.
2009, sorry.
No, there's claims of that, but no, they've always had the same fingers. They may, and this is something that World's Strongest Man do, write different weights on them sometimes. But the fingers themselves have not changed.
There you go. Thank you, T4R8N, for the super chat. Is this a stronger competition than 2016-17?
Stronger? I don't know that it's stronger.
No.
I think if you look at what athletes were doing back then in terms of numbers, I don't think the numbers are any better. But the sport is stronger in depth. So there is more talent out there than there was back then.
Yeah, agree.
I mean,
there's more people like
the 2017 final was pretty strong.
Yeah.
You know, you had 400 kilo lifters coming last in the deadlift.
Yeah.
400 plus, and 470 that Eddie did on that deadlift?
It was something like that. Yeah.
It was mental.
Yeah, it was huge. How you know weights if I put boys down?
Oh, don't worry about that. Just we'll be able to see.
Yeah.
So we should get some action. So we'll be able to let you know exactly what's happening.
There we go. Brian posted a video a while back of getting some stem cell therapy on his hamstring. I wonder if this is why his deadlift is so much better than it has been for the last few years.
Could be. This is something a few athletes have been doing, not just in strongman, but I know a lot of arm wrestlers have done stem cell treatment. It's kind of really helped them. Lysis has done this. I know Zadrunas is planning on doing some.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons they have to have a bit of time off as well, to allow it to work and rehab. But it's something I'd like to look into. It's just so bloody damn expensive.
Yeah. You have to go to South America for it, I'd say. That's the only way.
But yes, it could well be a reason his deadlift is better than it was a few years ago.
Jay, I just went to look at the Shaw video and it's heart-wrenching. Liz, avoid your be in tears. Yeah, I probably... Do you know what? The amount of times I cried making the Meet the Athletes series because I was watching SPD for their sponsored athletes. They do some great videos. They do some
great stuff.
They do some lovely work. And it's like, you know, voiceover by the athletes. And I know these guys anyway. I know how much it means to them. But when it's all put together with the music, the footage, the voice,
that was really good.
It's so chilling. It makes me cry. And I'm like, oh, God. I'm such a blubbering mess.
Yeah, if you guys are kind of new to strongman, you want to check some of those out because World's Strongest Man's amazing, but there's some other great comps that go on. And, you know, these athletes, they can all beat each other.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen different winners of all the major comps recently.
Yeah. Frank, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. And Peter, thank you for the super chat. In the boneyard, Magnus advised Mitch to drive lower on the fingers as he didn't seem to adjust. He's still doing fantastic though. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, he got to that point where, and this is what happens.
A little bit.
Your technique, you focus on technique in the gym and you train, but when you're under competition and under pressure, you revert back to just what feels right.
Yeah.
And he's so new to this that he just needs a bit more work on things like the fingers. The fingers are not an event that happen very often. Really, they only happen at World's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. They're a very dangerous event. I don't like seeing fingers at lower level comps because
I've seen
a horrific injury where
someone was helicoptered out.
I actually advised the competition that the finger was too heavy for the standard they were competing, and then someone ended up getting crushed by this finger. There was no safety device to save him.
Awful.
And it was devastating. The guy luckily survived, but my God, it was one of the worst things I've seen.
Broke all of his ribs, his knees. It's
just a ridiculously dangerous event. So it should be done only at like World's Strongest Man, where they have the safety features to kind of and the strength as well. You know, that is not a novice event.
No,
you need that strength to be able to cope with those.
John, thank you for becoming a member. Oh God, I'd forgotten about that.
It was terrible.
That,
and like at that comp, they were just letting kids run around and stuff. I actually got really angry with the promoters. Like, you need to kind of fence this off, keep kids back. And I was getting angry with people. But it was because I didn't want anyone to get hurt.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this poor guy got hurt.
Yeah.
Badly.
Do we know the order of the dumbbells? So it will go in reverse order based off of the results of the last event, which
Tom
is finger.
Tom will be going last.
Tom will be going last. However, of course, some athletes may opt to skip the opening weight of 115 kilos. So it could end up being all over the place. So, for example, if Alexei doesn't want to do 115, which wouldn't surprise me, we would see Tom go before Alexei. So technically, it's reverse order on the last event, but in reality, if people will skip the opening weight, then it'll be all over the place.
Yeah, Matt Ragg had never touched a finger before, and you know, a lot of people don't have fingers to train on. They're a hard thing to get hold of, and he did fantastic. You know, flipping 4 fingers, first time you ever tried them, is really good. Flipping all 5 is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Someone asking if they're really starting this early. It looks like they will. It looks like everything's going to start on time, which will be in about 7 minutes, apparently. Yesterday was quite badly delayed, obviously, with the bad weather, but it's blue skies, we're being told, in Myrtle Beach today.
It should be starting in about 7 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer with TV links and stuff like that, but looks like there's no delays.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes.
Oh, hold on. Here we go. Butterboy, who is clearly there in person. They're still setting the stage up. The athletes haven't made it to the holding tent.
Okay,
oh, goodness. Okay, thank you for the update there. Yeah. Someone was asking if loaded plates would be better than set weights.
I think for the dumbbell, if we want to see a record, yes, I do. I understand why Worlds have made them so big, because visually it's going to look amazing. But I think the fact that the athletes have never touched dumbbells this big could be an issue, because a dumbbell, you're trying to get set right into a certain position. And
it's gonna be so
having
hard,
that much of a dumbbell kind of pulling out of your center line is going to cause issues for some of them that have practiced on specific dumbbells. It's the ones that are going to be able to adapt which will do best on this.
Power Dwight has a really unique dumbbell technique in that it's almost completely vertical. Do you think
Which
that
there's
would work better with
because
this?
that globe is so big.
It's massive. Yeah.
I
How could
can't see
anyone
how
fit it?
you could do it like that.
No, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
How does one get started in strongman? Is Wolfgang?
There are
Kirby
so
is
many
asking.
strongmen gyms around. I mean, it depends where you're from. I know in the UK and in America now, there's so many strongman gyms and just gyms that have strongman equipment. So that's always an advantage because everything now is loadable. When I started, things weren't loadable. You had to find some people that did strongman in the yard, and they had equipment that they kind of built together, and it might be a 350 kilo yoke that you just get under and lift it. Now everything's loadable. So in the gym I train at, we have loadable logs, we have loadable farmers, we have stones from like light to heavyweights, we've got sandbags from light to heavyweights. So you can train the strongman equipment no matter what your strength level is, which makes it more accessible. So it's finding a gym that has access to those kit. If you don't have access to those kit, it's good to just get strong first. Keep a little bit of athleticism in your training and focus on the basics: overhead pressing, push pressing, deadlifts, squats. Just develop that strength needed first. That's actually more important because then you can learn technique.
Yeah.
And I think naturally being a good athlete is more important than just being really, really strong, because then you can get strong.
Yeah.
And then you can learn technique of the specific events. But if you've got that sports background, it helps hugely.
John, thank you for becoming a channel member. Hello, Mika Toro, who is
Mika
in
Toro.
Mika Toro.
Mika Toro.
Oh, God, I say things in my English accented voice, Mika Toro, and I go, it's Mika Toro. And it's like, yeah, but I'm not going to talk like that, am I? But hello,
Hope you're
Mika.
well, Mika. Mika competed at World's Strongest Man last year. Keep training, buddy. Hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Hopefully at the maybe at the Strongman Champions League in England again.
Yeah,
That would be
cool.
really cool to see you there. But yeah, what a great battle it has been. Jacques, thank you for the super chat. Have you planned any strategies for dumbbell with Mitch Lassie?
There's less strategy on dumbbell. We've trained dumbbell very, very hard. We've got a number in mind that we think he is capable of, and he will go and try and perform. There is more. I want to see how he does on dumbbell, and then I'm going to talk to him about truck pulling. Yeah. But right now, he needs to just focus on dumbbell. But yes, strategy not so much, but we've got a number in our head which we're looking at hitting.
Dukester, thank you for the super chat. What's with the power belly, and is it a benefit?
Is it a benefit? The power belly is normally because athletes are so thickly set in the midsection. So there's a difference between just having a fat belly and a power belly, if you like. Because Udrunas had a real power belly.
These bellies are solid.
Yeah, it wouldn't work.
No.
It's just years and years of training, and the kind of midsection, the muscles in the midsection have expanded. Yeah. It's kind of the opposite to what like a bodybuilder would want. But it's just from huge lifting over time. So most strongmen, you're going to see they've got thick set midsections, wide hips, whereas in a bodybuilder, you're looking for that V taper to come in a bit more. And it's why a lot, like even when strongmen get leaner, we'd still be terrible bodybuilders because we don't have the proportions needed to do bodybuilding.
Could be helpful for axle cleans when belt cleans aren't allowed.
Yeah,
nice power belly to rest on the top.
But some people's are bigger than others. There's no huge advantage or disadvantage, but you don't want to be small framed in strongman. If you've got small joints, small hips, you're going to struggle to support these kind of structures that they're carrying.
Thank you for the super chat. Could Alexi struggle with the thickness of the handle? His hand seems to be smaller than the rest. Thanks for the coverage.
I don't think so. Everyone's making a big deal of the thickness of the handles. I've used some thick-handled dumbbells before. Glenn Ross's are much thicker than normal. And once you kind of have it set in position,
he doesn't need to be able to close his hand.
No, he won't, because he could press with a thumbless grip.
Yeah.
He just needs to get it balanced. Yeah. And his hand's not that small. If you're looking, Mark Felix's hand is huge, but still, it's not that much bigger than a normal strongman.
Yeah.
And it's just having it balanced in the right position. So he'll be fine. He's also one of the more adaptable athletes when it comes to the dumbbell.
Very, very smart athlete. Benjamin, thank you for the super chat. What's the biggest weight loss that's ever lifted?
Biggest weight in terms of which lift?
Any lift.
The biggest lift I've achieved in competition on the deadlift, I did 435 kilos, and then I went for 446, and it was coming off the ground, and I tore my lat.
What about like an elevated deadlift?
I'm not so good on elevated deadlifts. I think I did 460 or 480 at WS. Might be
Yeah.
460. I've done a 205 kilo axle before.
What about a hip lift or something?
I've
like
never
that?
done a hip
Have
lift.
you not?
No, never.
Can get some crazy weights.
Squatting, I've squatted 400 kilos a few times in the gym, but I've never tried more. I've done 250 kilos for 20, just in a belt and knee wraps. I've pulled aeroplanes, flipped cars. I don't know. I don't think about it that often.
Yeah. JB, like, I'm assuming there was no comment intended, because I know you did this the other day, but that is so hugely generous. Thank you so much, JB, for your
very, very much
super chat. But yeah, a lot of people are like, JB, where's your chat? We will look out for it, but I remember you did this the other day and you didn't have a chat. You just said you wanted to support the channel. So we massively, massively appreciate you. Thank you so
very,
much.
very much.
Andreas, thank you for the super chat. I want the backlift to be returned. It was my very first Strongman event back in 1987.
I've
and I'm
never
still
done a
loving
backlift, and I want to try a backlift.
Where's your backlift top? He's got a backlift gang top.
I think it would just be cool to try. You know, it's one of those events.
I think it's a bit of a boring spectator.
Yeah, it is, but it's just
motion.
you know, I'd like to try it just for myself, no other reason. You know, I don't think it's the greatest spectator event, but if you're looking at who can lift the most weight on something, it just looks cool.
Absolutely. What's this here from Jukester? Thank you for the super chat. Is Jeff Capes involved with Strongman these days?
Jeff Capes is still about. He doesn't tend to get too involved in too many things. I did a Talking Strongman with Jeff a couple of years back, which was really cool. Great to chat to him. He does occasionally turn up at certain events to do like meet and greets.
Yeah.
But his health isn't so good, and he struggles a bit being out and about. So he's still about, and he still coaches people with athletics.
Yeah, he does.
And he is a complete legend of the sport.
Yeah.
But it's just difficult for him to get out and about more these days. So long days out he doesn't like.
Yeah. No, we have seen him a few times at competitions in recent year. We were lucky enough at one of the Ultimate Strongman. They do a nice VIP experience. It's comes with like food, a buffet, sort of dinner and everything. Well, they're used to it. They're international shows, and we were put on a table with Jeff, weren't we? So that was nice. Mr. Burns,
JB said you're welcome.
Thank you so much, JB. Thank you. Mr. Burns, what's your opinions on a face-to-face deadlift hold or Hercules hold instead of the stone off? Oh, I love it. P.S. Liz, visit Austria. You would love it. I will. A face-to-face where, I love that.
They've done that before. The car deadlift hold where the athletes are facing each other.
Yeah.
Always the mental games kind of play.
I don't like the whole stone off idea. It's not so much, I don't like the fact that it's stones again when we also have it in the final. I don't like the playoff for second place, I guess. If it's tied on points, yeah, something like that would be epic. But when there's a clear difference between second and third, I just want to see second place through.
Steffi Joe says, hi, Loz and Liz. I'm thinking there's going to be some surprise for the events today. I hope so, because I love your enthusiasm during the lives. Thank you for amazing commentary. Thank you so much. I think you can probably tell I'm just keeping my kind of energy down at the moment.
Yeah, and
before I get all excited.
Loses his
I'll lose my mind in a minute.
You don't want to peak too early, Lozzie.
It's quite funny when I do the commentating, because I do purposely try and go a bit over the top, to try and get that reaction through the kind of camera, I guess. But right now I'm just having to stay calm because there's 3 events to get through and I know it's going to get emotional.
Toby, they shut my gym in Cheltenham this week. Oh, perfect week though to have a week off training. You just follow results instead.
He's been training.
Train that refresh finger.
He's been training. He's good.
Yeah, he's at home gym.
Yeah, and it's looking good.
Peter, I'm so nervous for today. I actually dreamt about it last night. Oh yeah, we're seeing spreadsheets in our dreams. Next week will be so weird because it's such like when you follow it so closely, suddenly there's a huge void. Oh, watch telling you to move around and stand up low. No.
It's just the news.
Andreas, thank you for the super chat. You would make at least 2 persons happy. Come to Vienna. It's nicer than the UK anyway. Sounds lovely.
We would love to come. Really, we would.
Really want to do more of Europe. Not actually been to that many European countries.
You haven't, have you?
No, I haven't.
I have.
Very sad.
Yeah, that's the great thing with my early career in Strongman. I went to so many places.
You just travel so much.
But it was always fly there, get picked up from the airport, go to a hotel, go to the venue, compete, fly back. I want to spend more time enjoying and learning about these places.
Yeah. So for those just joining us, let's remind us of the. Sorry. Are you okay?
Yeah. 3D said last day is very, very close. It is indeed.
It is close. So we're just going to pop up the results going, or the standings, if you like, going into event 3, which will be the Max Dumbbell. So with the Max Dumbbell, the weights are set. They have 60 seconds per attempt. They are allowed to skip attempts if they want to. The opening weight is 115. The final weight is 155. So just 1 point separating the top 3 guys. Trey Mitchell isn't far behind either on 22.5 points in 4th place. It's a bit of a jump down, 7 points then to 5th place, where Evan Singleton is currently sitting with Big Brian right behind him. Pavlo Cordiaca right behind Brian. And then we have Matt Ragg with 11.5 points, Luke Stockman with 8 points, and Jaco Schoonwinkel with 5.5 points. And points do mean prizes, don't they, Lozzie? The guys are, no matter what position, are still going to be fighting hard today.
Yep. What's 3D saying? If Novikov wins the dumbbell and the pull,
like he did last year, it could be very interesting.
Yeah, I feel like this is all about the dumbbell today. I think if Tom places top 3 on the dumbbell, it's all over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I think it could come down to that event. Novikov, the dumbbell I'm more confident of than the truck pull. He's so consistent on the dumbbell. The truck pull, even though he won last year, it doesn't mean he'll win this year.
Yeah.
You know, truck pull can vary quite randomly sometimes.
Yeah. Do you know what I really pray for? No dodgy calls on the dumbbell.
Do you know the advantage he's got?
What?
If he does win the dumbbell, he'll get to go last on the truck pull.
Who?
Novikov.
Yeah.
Which is a big advantage.
Yeah. Yes.
Going last on a truck pull does help.
It warms the tires up, doesn't it?
It warms the bearings in the wheels up.
It warms the tires up. Warm her up, Lottie. But yeah, and
they do. I mean, the World's Strongest Man will drive it back and forth a few times to get them warmed up, but it does you do tend to find
it moves
better.
Yeah. Scary Cloud, thank you for the super chat. What about, instead of the stone off, the person second gets to choose an event from a pool of 10 so that the 2 athletes have to do head to head? I like that idea.
It's an idea. I like get rid of the stone off and just everyone does stones or whatever the last event is. That would be my go-to. Or we get rid of the groups completely and do like like I've mentioned, where you do like 4 events, then have a drop or a cut, and then do 4 more events, have a cut, and then a final, maybe 8 or 10 athletes as the final.
Yeah.
But, so there's no room to hold back from the start of the competition till the end.
Has dumbbell press started? Is that from Wicked Guy?
No, we are still waiting. I believe
it was
they're
due
just
to
getting
start.
the stage set at the moment.
Okay, it was due to start nearly 10 minutes ago now, but we're hearing it's been delayed until 8:30 their time, which is 1:30 our time. Man, and I started the live early because I thought, what if they start early? Because they have
on a few.
That,
I've had to jump in on my own, haven't I?
Yeah, like, Christ, they're starting quick, and I'm like, ugh. But
it's all good.
Typical.
Chatting to you guys is good fun.
Neonitrous, thank you for the super chat. Hi, Loz. What can you say about post-comp blues? Oh,
very real thing.
Yeah.
You know, at all levels, doesn't matter if it's World's Strongest Man or your first ever novice comp.
Doesn't matter if you win or lose either, does it?
you get on this super high. I normally with my clients, I'll say take a week off after training, because you can be on this. After competing, because you can be on this super high. And then suddenly you get home and you think, oh, I want to train. And then a couple of days later, there's just this supreme crash of energy.
Yeah.
And you've put all that focus into one thing for a while, and then it's kind of over. And then you're like, well, what do I do now? And it can kind of get into your head, and you can kind of feel really weak, and you can feel depressed. The way I cope with it is, you know, having other things in my life, and then maybe looking for another competition to focus on. That gives you that focus again. But you've got to allow yourself that week of, okay, I need to be mellow. I need to, you know, I understand that I've put this much effort into this event and now it's over, and I need to kind of come down from it, because life's like that. You can't stay up here all the time. It goes up and down, and just understand that it's very, very normal.
David, thank you for the super chat, asking if it's time to lift the dumbbell or limited tries. They've got a 60-second time limit, so our understanding is as many as attempts as they like within that 60 seconds. Yeah. It doesn't afford you that many, does it? I mean,
no.
You know.
No, to be honest,
someone doesn't get
dumbbell is technical, so you might make a mistake the first try, but if you fail twice, you're probably not going to get it.
Yeah, Billy, I can see that, but I cannot see your comment. Where is your comment, Billy? I did see one from you a minute ago. I thought, hold on, I'm just scrolling up in case you've done it in the wrong order. Lozzie's going to look for you as well. Is it Billy Campbell? Loz, do you still hold the Dinny Stone record for distance carried from 2021?
I do indeed.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and beat it later this year.
So there are the record that Loz and Kevin hold, two different records. Kevin Ferris absolutely demolished the distance, to be fair, on the replica Dinny Stones. But there are differences.
The replica Dinny Stone, they put down and they can pick it up again.
They use the same rules as the nickel stones, whereas the one Loz did, it's continuous. But also,
that's not to say I don't think Kevin could beat it.
Oh, Kevin is
could
incredible, yeah.
But I've told him he's not allowed to come and try until I've had my go.
Yeah. But there are differences with the stones and the handles as well.
But you know,
exact.
Brian Shaw has tried them, Eddie Hall has tried them, Robert Oberst, Nick Best, Mark Felix, some incredible guys. So I am proud of that record because
you should be. It's a great record. Paris, thank you for the super chat. Just been to Paddy Haynes Open. Great competition so far. And my son has said he wants me to compete next year.
Cool.
Thank you for the World's Strongest Man content.
I'm going to go down and train with Paddy in a few weeks. So he's a great guy, really up and coming strongman in the UK. And his place is really good. He's got a farm with like loads of equipment now and great gym there.
Jukester, they're saying, is Chloe Brennan's stone lift the best weight ratio lift? Who's that guy with the really long arms with the deadlift?
Oh,
what's his name?
Gant. I can't remember his first name.
No.
But it's difficult to say. It's an incredible lift. There's been so many incredible lifts. Chloe's amazing, and what she can do on those stones is unbelievable. And do you know what made that so special was just the way it was done.
Yeah.
You know, there's some women that beat the record this year, which is, you know, it's a shame for Chloe, but that's what happens. Records get broken. But there wasn't as much interest.
No,
when Chloe did it, you had a huge crowd there. She failed the first attempt. She
failed the first two attempts.
She kind of picked herself up. That first one, she fell over, didn't she?
She hurt her bum.
And then
she did.
And then she got up and she lifted it. Arnold Schwarzenegger's there watching. He's going to film in it. She lifts it. And everything just goes mental. The whole room was just electric.
Her emotion,
her reaction to it was just so cool.
It gives me goosebumps actually remembering it.
It's just such a cool moment to see. You know, you see some incredible feats of strength. I've been lucky to witness so many, and that will stay with me forever. It was unbelievable.
Definitely. Jason
Lamar Gant, that's
Lamar, there you go, well done. Jason, thank you for the super chat. Looking at buying strongman equipment, do you have a recommendation? I want a 10-inch dumbbell, sandbag shield, and Slater molds.
I think it depends on your level and where you're kind of what comps you're looking at competing. But as basics, I think
these are the things they want. Where would you recommend them getting it from?
Depends where I'm guessing you're in the States. So Rogue are really good. Rogue do some amazing equipment. Steve Slater does amazing equipment.
Steve is a
wizard. I don't know that many other people that do equipment in the States.
No, because Mirrorfit don't ship to the States.
In the UK, we have Rebel Strength do amazing equipment. People like Mirrorfit have started doing a lot more strongman equipment. Who else does equipment?
Looking at your list, though, I think Rogue would be. We don't know that many US-based companies, but maybe people in the chat can help you out there because
Rogue would definitely be a good company to look at. The thing with Rogue, it's expensive, but once you buy it once, it's never
you never have to replace it.
Issues with it. Their equipment is so well made. Same with Steve Slater's equipment. Steve Slater's like logs and stuff. They're unbelievable. Yeah,
beautiful, beautiful logs. Timmy, where is your comment? Can you please look out for Timmy Lozzy because it is not attached to his super chat. Oh, here is the newly engaged Monica Bager. Huge congratulations, Monica. And then Lisa, thank you for the super chat. Thanks a lot for your coverage of World's Strongest Man. I think my boyfriend can't hear your voices anymore because I watched you so much this last week. We're just white noise now. That's fine. Hopefully that means you don't get any grief. Thank you.
What was the super chat from?
Timmy.
Yeah.
Timmy. Jonathan, thank you for the super chat.
His message was retracted.
Oh, retracted. Oh, weird. Timmy, type again. Hi, I met Loz at Europe's in Leeds 2022. A really nice guy. I feel like if Tom didn't take a break after his second title, he would have been unstoppable this year. Well, it's not over yet. Let us wait and see how today goes.
Tom's been looking good. He's getting better.
Yeah, he's been getting better as the competition goes on.
I think it's all about this dumbbell for Tom, because he
Yeah.
could potentially win the last 2 events.
Like, I think some Tom fans were really worried when he didn't win the group. But honestly, with those events and with Pavlo there, I would have put money on Pavlo beating, winning that whole group, just because he had some of his absolute best strengths there. So I wouldn't take too much, I wouldn't worry too much in that respect. There we go. Nate, thank you for the super chat. Do you think we will see a new record on the dumbbell?
I really don't, just because of the size of these dumbbells and how deep we are into the competition now. So if we do, it's going to be super impressive.
Yeah.
The other thing I will say, I don't think dumbbell records should be done on such different dumbbells, because it's hard to really judge.
Lifts. Yeah,
that's something I am quite passionate about with records, because records, like, people attempt records all the time in strongman, and I kind of find it almost boring, because
it's fine when it happens organically.
Yeah, when it happens organically in a comp,
yeah.
But there's a lot of just one lift records that go on, and all on different equipment. And I know from experience, equipment is different. 2 of my training partners have been going down to a different gym to do some online qualifiers, and I told them it's easier.
And log
in one place, deadlift in another place, and they're trying to convince me that it's not. But I was like, if it's not, why don't you do them here? And I'm not saying don't go, because if you're doing an online qualifier and you can lift more somewhere else, then obviously go. But I know I've competed in hundreds of strongman competitions. I've used loads of different equipment. It is different. So it's only when everyone's in the same comp using the same equipment can you really tell who is the better athlete.
Matthew, thank you for the super chat. How about if the top 2 from the groups move on to the finals, then all 5 third place athletes compete in an extra event with the top 2 getting in? I prefer this. Or like in 2014, where the top 2 highest placing third place in the groups went through automatically as wild cards, and then we had a 12-man final. 12 men, it was great. It was one of the best finals, I think, in 2014. One of the most entertaining. When does it start? It was due to start about 15 minutes ago. It looks like it's been delayed.
They're all setting up. I just saw a comment from Monica just a little bit further up.
Perfect.
Saying it looks like they're nearly set up.
Good. Dijon, thank you for the super chat. Out of the top 3 at the moment, who does these final 3 events suit best? Who do you think will be the most consistent? Honestly, it's so hard. So let's look at the top. Wow, you need to look at the top 4 really, because Trey Mitchell, is right in there as well. Alexei could win the dumbbell, could win the truck pull. Stones, he is his most inconsistent event. Tom, dumbbell has historically been a terrible event, but he could win the truck pull and the Atlas stones. You would expect him to win the Atlas stones, definitely.
Mitch in competition is a bit more of an unknown on these.
Yes.
I feel his dumbbell has improved a lot, but Tom Stoltman's coach feels his dumbbell has improved a lot, so both need to prove it. His truck pulling has improved a lot. His stones are constantly getting better. It's a hard one. It's all about who performs and who doesn't make a mistake. Any one of the 4 can win, in my eyes. Any one of those 4. I think if Tom can get himself even top 5 on the dumbbell, he could potentially be the hardest to beat.
Yeah.
Novikov could potentially win the dumbbell and the truck pull, but he could be outside the top 5 on the stones. Trey could be top 4 on every single event. Mitch could be top 4 on every event. I think Tom and Novikov have more strengths, but a bigger weakness than the other 2.
Yeah. So, which leaves it all quite balanced in the end. So who knows?
It will all come down to either an exceptional performance or a mistake.
Yeah. Oh dear.
It's going to be exciting.
It is.
Oh, someone said I forgot Cerberus. I didn't really forget them, but Cerberus are great if you want sandbags, either carrying sandbags or throwing sandbags, and they do great bars and weights. They don't do that many actual strongman equipment though.
Yeah, it's mostly supportive gear, isn't it?
They're kind of supportive gear, belts, sleeves. Yes, definitely go and look up Cerberus, and if you use them, use my code Warrior.
Strong Wooden Designs. I build strongman equipment in Finland. That's
there.
Cool.
We go.
Oh, we need to go to Finland
as well. We do need to go to Finland.
Other than Helsinki Airport. Jason, thank you for
We've been to Finland.
Yeah, I know, but that was years ago.
It was.
Actually, I was hoping you could recommend some other equipment. Oh, sorry. Those are just basic rundown of some things I want.
Okay. So things like
Sorry,
yokes,
Jason.
farmers walks are essential because they turn up in a lot of competitions. Stones, obviously, if you're doing strongman, stones are always going to turn up. I like axles because they're useful for overhead deadlifts and grip work, so they're really good. What else is something that's kind of like a staple?
Sorry, what did you say already?
I
was
said-
reading.
I said yokes, farmers, stones, sandbags,
Yeah.
axles.
Yeah, one of those
Logs.
yokes that is also a frame
Yeah, you
and
can
can
often
also
get-
be individual farmers. It's like a 3-in-1.
Yeah, I've
They're
got a
cool.
yoke that can be a yoke. It can be farmers and it can be a frame as well,
Mhm.
which is good if you can get something like that is a multi-purpose piece of kit.
A log,
Sled is good.
Yeah.
Good for pushing and pulling type movements.
axle.
So hopefully that helps.
There you go.
But if you just
sorry.
while we're on this, if all you can get is a barbell and some stands, you can get strong. Like a barbell and weights is all you need to get strong. Everything else on top of that is a bonus.
Dukester, thank you for the super chat. Should the same tacky be used by all of the athletes?
No, they don't all have to wear the same shorts. They don't all have to wear the same shoes. Why should they all have to wear the same tacky?
Yeah.
It's up to them which tacky they prefer.
Part of the experience as well, isn't it? With Brian and all these tackies lined up.
Brian Shaw's methodical. He will bring
Yeah.
10 different types and he'll be looking at the temperature. To me, that's overkill. You know, it's too much to think about.
Yeah.
I couldn't be bothered with it.
No, you're not.
I just
too lazy for
I just be like, this is just going over. This is way too much.
Yeah.
But he does. He brings
does
like,
it.
and
It works
he'll have
out.
them all out, and he'll be testing them, and he'll decide on the, you know, just before he goes which one he'll use. But yeah, I think athletes should be allowed to use different tacky. And they're all, you know, companies are always looking to improve things.
Yeah.
Like they are in all sports.
Michael, I would rather see them do a mile run than the stone off. Haha. Thank you for the super chat. Out of the guys who were in the stone off, who wins a mile run?
Mitch.
Mitch wasn't in the stone off.
Oh, not Rauno.
There we go. We can tell you definitively who doesn't win.
Definitely not Rauno. I think he'd admit that himself.
Yeah.
Who was in the stone off?
We had Aethor and Evan. I
Oh,
reckon
Aeth-
maybe Evan.
Maybe Aethor.
Maybe Aethor. We had Aethor, Tom, and
who was Tom against?
he was
Tom
against Bobby.
Yeah, no, neither
Not
of them.
Bobby.
Neither of them are going to want to do a mile. run.
Gavin, Luke,
I don't think either of them are going
No.
to like. It'd be
Ivers, and Matt Rag, Browno and Brian, or Aethor and Evan.
Maybe Evan or Aethor.
Yeah, maybe. Who
Like,
knows? I'd like.
There's
to
no
see
way.
it.
There's no way Brian wants to do it. There's no way Tom wants to do it.
No
There's
one
no way
wants to
Luke
do it, but
wants
they
to do
have
it.
to do it.
Yeah. I give it to Aethor.
Yeah, maybe. Fred, thank you for the super chat. My new picks: Upset Day and Brian, Trey, and Evan on the podium. What? My new picks: Upset Day and Brian, Trey, and Evan on the podium in that order.
You crazy.
Fred, you've had too much sun, mate. You need to get in the shade. Someone make sure if you're there, Fred is staying hydrated.
Fred might get one of those on the podium.
There you go. Good luck.
No
Fred.
offense, Fred. But I love your enthusiasm.
Oh, look, always welcome to, how do we say this? Rovaniemi in Lapland. Oh, that sounds lovely. Take the children up at Christmas.
We would
time.
love, that would be cool.
That would be
Yeah.
really nice, yeah. Very expensive though up there, isn't it? I remember buying a new pair of gloves and the cheapest ones were like £40. This was 10 years ago. I was like, man, I can't afford £40 for a pair of gloves that I'm going to lose. Andrew, thank you for the super chat. Do you think Brian will struggle to walk away now, especially if he does well in the final events? Hopefully the pesky finger block doesn't hurt.
No, and the reason being, he's given everything to this prep. And, you know, the prep gets harder and harder and harder
Every
as
year.
you get older. He will have been in pain. We've all seen the video of him being in hospital. He's got so many other things going on. He will have kind of put all that on the back burner to focus on this. But he knows time is running out. He's not a stupid man. He's a very smart man. He knows what he's capable of. He will know he's not as good as he used to be, but he's still competitive. Like when I trained for my last competition, it was 12 weeks of pain. I'll be totally honest with you. It was 12 weeks of agony. And I knew I wasn't at my best, but you still try. you still
'Cause you're there
fight,
and you have
you
to,
know.
yeah.
And I loved every minute of being in that comp.
Yeah.
And Brian, although he's not maybe achieved what he wants to, he said this is his last one. You can't just keep coming back, because then you start slipping, and you know he might come back and not make the final, and then you keep coming back. Zydrunas did that a little bit, but Zydrunas was just happy to compete.
Yeah.
I don't think Brian is a happy to compete kind of guy.
Not at a lower level.
I think Brian wants to be seen as the best of all time.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to damage his
one
legacy.
last crack at winning the World's Strongest Man. He's given it everything. He really has, you know. And it just gets harder. That's all it is.
Apparently, it's currently a dance party down there, Monica. But this is unacceptable that you're having so much fun without this. Someone, Lindsay, thank you for the super chat. My husband and I are here in Myrtle Beach. With struggles to see and battle for space, we decided we'd have more fun in the hotel watching Liz and Lars. I mean, that's great, but that's also terrible. So I need to take this for customer feedback. There we go. There we are. Thank you. So I can let the powers that know that be know that that's how you feel. But thank you so much, Lindsay. We're glad you're getting some experience of World's Strongest Man, even if it's in the hotel. Rano's beach run was impressive, says Catherine.
That was good.
I was impressed. Mitch talked him into it more than anything.
He must have been in a good mood.
He is in a good mood. Yeah. This is the happiest Rano has ever been. Oh, the crowds were way bigger on the weekend than on Wednesday and Thursday. That's always the case.
Yeah, World's Strongest Man final day is always today will probably be the busiest day, to be quite honest.
Ooh, shouty comment from Nesta. No excuses for day 2 events. All top 5 athletes have banker events in different comps and cannot have all in one comp.
Absolutely.
The strongest, most efficient will win.
I 100% agree with that comment.
Whoever wins deserves it. May the best man win.
This is why Zydrunas and Brian are seen as the best 2 of all time. You could throw any events at them in their prime and they still came out on top. That's why they're so good. It didn't matter what the events were, who the competition was, they kept winning. It's easy to have one good competition. There's a lot of great strongmen and you could make a really good competition for them. But if you can win all the time, that is when you are the best.
Scotty Lace, thank you for the super chat. If Luke became absolutely obsessed with training for next year's World's Strongest Man, focus less on other business ventures, could you see him improving on his 7th place, which he's
I could see Luke improving on 7th with the right set of events. Luke is very much, to me, in that group of athletes where I would have put myself. I would put JF Caron, I would put him in that group, even though maybe JF was a little bit better on certain things.
Quite event reliant.
Yeah. I honestly, Terry Hollands, Adam Bishop, you could chuck in probably 50 strongmen into this group that with the right events can do very, very well. But none of us are in that level of a Novikov, a Mitch Hooper, a Brian Shaw, a Lissis, a Zydrunas, a Thor, a Tom. Tom's still got to kind of prove it a little bit more in other comps, but he can. Tom is more than capable of being one of the greatest of all time. But there's those kind of athletes that it doesn't matter what you chuck at them. And that's why we talk about Novikov all the time. To the comment that said we never mentioned Novikov, you've not seen our predictions.
No.
When you're consistently top 3 in almost every competition that you do, that's when you've separated yourself from the chasing pack. The rest of them, and this is where I was, are athletes that you give us the right events, we're very dangerous. There's events we can beat anyone at, but there's weaknesses. And that makes our results go up and down a bit more.
Oz Metler, thank you for the super chat. Should be a medley of the previous events instead of stone off. Oh God, can you imagine that?
That would be
do
brutal.
A load, do a deadlift.
Into a Conan's.
Do a quick rotation on the cone. Oh my goodness, it would be.
Do you know what? I have seen
wild.
Weird events like that before, where there's a medley with you do just one revolution of the Conans into something.
I've never seen that. That's crazy.
Into loading a
it's an idea, but God, imagine the setup that would be needed for that. No, I don't think. I think World's Strongest Man could implode. Shonik, thank you for the super chat. Imagine I review a CEO of IMG.
If I was CEO of IMG, I'd be loaded.
I know. Where's your dream location for World's Strongest Man? Twickenham, Dubai, Hong Kong? I'd be so selfish and just choose somewhere that I really want to go. Like
not
Japan.
Not local then. You want to go to Japan?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
No, where's
I don't want World's
somewhere...
Strongest Man in Japan.
No, it doesn't make sense. Where's somewhere iconic looking?
Wembley.
What, the stadium?
Yeah. I just want to.
Yeah.
I want to see World's Strongest Man done in arena.
Oh, do you know what would actually look incredible? Somewhere with like mountain backdrop, like the Scottish Highlands, would look awesome because I like World's Strongest Man outside, and I like with the weather behaving, like the scenery and all that sort of stuff. And the fact
do you know what? I will say this: like when I went to Botswana, when World's Strongest Man was in Botswana, the scenery there was incredible. The sad thing is, you just had no one watching.
You had some people from Botswana watching.
You had no one watching
No
that
one.
knew about the sport.
I know.
And you had very few people watching. The only time we had people watching was Mark Felix doing the Hercules hold.
Yeah.
That was quite entertaining because people were going ballistic. But we did the dumbbell, and I just felt so flat. I felt like I couldn't get myself up to lift because there was literally no one watching where we did it.
Yeah.
I like a crowd. I like fans that know about the sport, that are supporting these athletes. To me, that makes it interesting. That makes you want to raise your level.
Yeah.
So I don't know where, but I want people to be able to watch and watch comfortably.
Paris saying that she absolutely loves strongman and training, but since being diagnosed with fibro, I'm struggling. Do you have any advice on how to get back into the gym, Lozzie? So it's like a chronic pain issue, isn't it?
It's a combination. I said this on a live yesterday. You need to talk to your doctors. You need to maybe look at having a physio or a coach that can kind of help get you back into it slowly. And you have to be patient. You've got to figure out what you can do, what you can't do, how long you can train for. You might find you have to shorten your training sessions. That can be, something that does help a lot of people. That's something I sometimes do for older athletes, even because they can't recover as quick as maybe younger guys. I got some young guys. I push them hard. They can recover fast. I've got some under 80 kilo athletes, and you look at their training sessions, they're brutal, but they're young, they're fit, they've got no responsibilities, they improve fast. Some of my older athletes, we might just train 3 times a week and the sessions might be shorter. You've got to kind of adapt to you, but it doesn't mean you can't do it.
Giacomo, thank you for the super chat. Few channel
I ran out of
uploaded.
coffee.
I know. I'm going to make this a quick one. Very high quality videos on every lift, on every event by every athlete, heats and final. Thousands of views. Take that, World's Strongest Man. I wondered, I was like, are we allowed to upload footage? I was like, no, videos are going to be taken down. I was like, oh, okay, sorry. So hopefully, well,
apparently tomorrow,
there's going to be a lot of.
If you've been putting up videos of World's Strongest Man, I'd suggest you take them down.
Yeah.
If you want to keep your
channels. Yeah. Or keep it monetized at least. Yeah. But I mean, it's been great for us fans. Where are we? Oh, there we go. Rockstar, who is there in person, or Rocker, sorry, doing the hotel thing here in Myrtle Beach, enjoying the stream over live in person. But that's not good, is it? Because,
I've got a update that they're onto the TV plugs now.
Oh, TV plugs. Right. I'll quickly pop the kettle on. Lozzie, you read this super chat. You can do it.
Ellie, thank you. Thoughts on Tom saying he's the strongest of all time on HBO special? I think 2012 Z and 2016 Brian and 2018 Thor get placed in any comp and they make up the podium 9 times out of 10. I have to agree with you. Tom is potential to get to be the strongest of all time. He's still very young. He's a 2-time winner of World's Strongest Man, but he has not done what those 3 have done yet. That is my personal opinion. I love Tom. I think he could go on to be the greatest of all time. But he is not yet. Zadrunas, Thor, Brian, even Mariusz Pudzianowski, Bill Kazmaier, Jean-Paul Sigmarsson, Magnus Ver Magnusson, those guys are still, in my opinion, higher level because of what they achieved over their whole careers. But it doesn't mean that Tom can't do that. He is an exceptionally gifted young man. I think if he is focused, he can achieve anything that he wants. But so far, no, he is not the strongest of all time. Stonehenge would be cool. Yeah, Stonehenge would be cool. That's close to us. How far is Stonehenge from here? About an hour? Stonehenge is about an hour from us, isn't it?
No, less than that.
There we go.
35 minutes.
35 minutes from us. We'll take Stonehenge. Someone wants it in Greece. Someone wants it in Switzerland, Vancouver. This is good suggestion. South Africa. I loved South Africa. I did it in Sun City in South Africa. That was really cool. Come to Taiwan. Iceland. Iceland would be cool. The Magnus Ver Magnusson Classic is quite a cool, rustic-looking competition for those that haven't seen it. 4 years in Japan. Not a good spot for it. Very little following there. Yes, there's not many strongman fans in Japan. 100% the Scottish Highlands. Stonehenge is and lift those stones. Yeah, that would be impressive. Monica, you're doing a great job. Everyone thank Monica. Hawaii would be cool. I'd like to go to Hawaii.
They did that one, yeah?
They didn't do Worlds there. They did a Super Series there. Marshall is cool. Marshall says, howdy, Loz and Liz. Happy to catch one of these live streams. We're glad to have you, Marshall. There we go. Monica just telling us TV plugs, and we'll be starting soon.
Very exciting.
Good. We're excited, Monica. Egypt next to the pyramids. I've been to Egypt. I'm not sure World's Strongest Man should be there. I like Egypt as a holiday. I'm not sure about World's Strongest Man. Gary Dunn, thank you very much for the super chat. I love what you guys do for the sport. Entering my second year of Strongman next week, hopefully with 100 kilo plus axle at under 80 kilos. Let's go, Mitch. Good luck, Gary. Keep training hard. Like I always say, just keep focusing on your progress, buddy. You're doing well.
Coffee.
Thank you very much. Had someone message me this morning saying, is this good for a 16-year-old? Or is 16 too young to start Strongman? My response was, start at any age you like. It doesn't matter as long as you enjoy it. David Halef, thank you very much for the super chat. Do you think the World's Strongest Man should be in a country of the previous winners for the year before?
That would be cool, but that's
it's just
not
hard
how
to
it
make
works,
happen because World's Strongest Man, obviously, they're looking for the best contract they can get, and some countries just can't, fund World's Strongest Man or wouldn't be able to do it, so it would be inappropriate.
Yeah. Brandon, thank you for the super chat. What do you think the future holds for Mateusz? It's been really hard seeing him keep hitting these hurdles and injuries when he's had so much promise before. That's it.
Say that again.
What do you think the future holds for Mateusz? Because
Mateusz will be back. He's. I spoke to him actually. He's very disappointed with his performance. He knows he's much better than that. He just knows he wasn't in his best shape. It's sad, but he will regroup. He'll get back to training, and I expect to see a much better Mateusz in the future.
Oh my goodness, the sea of ladders. June Lynn, thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks for the great coverage. My husband and I have been here in Myrtle Beach. We'll always treasure our time in the sea of ladders and fighting to see, but decided to watch Liz and Loz for finals. Crazy out there today. I imagine it is. Like I was saying, like looking back at the footage.
There's a picture.
Oh my goodness.
So one of my clients is out there. He's just sent me a picture.
And people are sort of 10 to 20 rows back. The problem is the actual arena sort of competition space. There's not enough fence space, is there, for everyone to be able to get close enough?
No.
It's too small. So yeah, it's such a shame. But thank you so much for joining us. We're glad you've got some way of experiencing it. It'd be cool to hang around after, like go there towards the end. Because
if Rauno's in a good mood, is now a good time to slide into his DMs?
He's never in that good a mood.
I doubt he'll reply.
Yeah.
That's my honest answer. But he might. You never know.
You never know. Yeah. Lily, thank you for the super chat. I have fibro. Listen to your body. Don't believe people who say you can't. Build slowly and you'll get there.
There you
Message
go. Absolutely.
Me. That's really nice.
Totally agree. Thank you, Lily. If anyone is in the same boat, contact Lily.
There you go.
But yeah, I never believe in it. Oh, it's over. Absolutely not. We find a way.
Few women who suffer with it, and it seems like there's some nice support groups on Facebook and the like as well.
Yeah.
Mr. Burns, thank you for the super chat. In my opinion, Novikov got to be at least 6 points ahead of Tom going into the stones and 5 ahead of Trey. Never seen so many good stone lifters here.
That's true, but we will see, because you get to this point of the stones, and some people that we know are good stone lifters, but they're out of contention, may just fade a little. I've seen it at Worlds before where they're just battered by that point. They're in the bottom 3 and they're exhausted, so their stone performance aren't as good as maybe you would expect. It will be those top 4, top 5 that are really battling.
Yeah, this is interesting from Leon. What about Conan's for distance but for a fixed time, so unlimited drops available? We would really push the guys to the limit. That sounds so gross and cruel.
Brutal. This is, unless you guys have tried these events, sometimes it's really hard to understand how horrible things like that could be.
I think Tom has to tell himself that, and that's okay, says Nate about that comment. Yeah, I think so. It's a lot of it. It's mental, A
lot of things with Tom. And we've seen it like sometimes in his speeches
and not
after
just Tom
the Rogue. as an athlete, you've got to go there believing that you're the best. It's as simple as that. I am very I think I'm very honest with what I think goes on because I've been there and done it. And I'm honest with people. I'm honest with my clients. I'm honest with the athletes. It doesn't mean I don't like them. I just see it from my perspective and I give you guys that view. But yeah, of course, an athlete's going to think he's the best. If he's not thinking he can win this, then what the hell is he doing there? Yeah. But the reality is when we look at what he's achieved compared to those names that we mentioned, he's not as good as those guys yet. No. That's fact. Doesn't mean he can't be in the future.
Martin, thank you for the super chat. Off topic, but what's y'all's favourite hobby outside of Strongman?
Ooh.
Just like everyone else, really. Obviously, loves to train. We love to take the kids for days out, go on holidays, travel with the kids, eat out.
I'm a bit of a space and dinosaur nerd.
Yeah. We enjoy watching musicals.
I love most sports, to be honest. Well, I say most sports. I don't get to watch as many as I used to, but I follow darts, UFC, boxing a little bit, not as much as I did. But yeah, just try and we work a lot.
And then when we're not working, we're mostly with the kids.
We're heavily involved with Strongman, but yeah, any free time we have, we try and do things with the kids.
Yeah. A better you, thank you for the super chat. Also here in the hotel to watch you due to fighting for viewing. Great experience Wednesday and Thursday, but yesterday was awful due to increase in crowd size. Thank you. I banked that one too.
So do you want to quickly put the scores up from before this? Because I think they're going to be starting with the 115 kilo dumbbell fairly shortly.
Okay, Craig,
thank you to all the new members.
And I just want to make sure we very quickly get up together. Levi, thank you for the super chat. Scottish Highlands, Basque Country, or Iceland would be great locations for World's Strongest Man. Obviously, Natural Stones in the final event instead. Yeah, that would be really cool. We haven't seen Natural Stones since 2012 at World's Strongest Man.
New Zealand would be amazing.
Yes, that would be gorgeous. It's the best place to host World's Strongest Man in the future. Great climate, never too cold or too hot. Perfect for the big
I'd love to go to New Zealand.
Yeah, really lovely backdrops as well. Yeah. We vote New Zealand too. Ben, thank you for becoming a number. The Rusty Nut. Parents live here in Myrtle, love World's Strongest Man and Liz. And
thank you very much.
Thank you for the super chat. I love the name. Rusty Nut. Sean, thank you for the super chat. What's your go-to brand of instant coffee? Well, it's usually Nescafe Gold Blend Smooth. We really like, don't we? But
we ran out, didn't we?
We ran out, and now we have Kenko, which
is
not the same, man. Yeah, but never mind. We take what we can get.
But it's keeping us going till the shopping comes tomorrow.
Chris, great coverage as always, guys. Thank you, Chris. Great, thanks for becoming a member. I just want to make sure we're up together before things kick off, which is any second now.
New members, thank you all for the new members. Thank you for the super chats.
Yes.
Thank you. If you haven't already, just giving us a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. That is, if that's all you can do, thank you all so much.
And that's still huge for us. Do you play ping pong much nowadays, says Leighton?
No, I don't. I haven't played in a long time, but I wouldn't mind having a go and see if I can still play.
It's finding someone good enough to challenge you. Like, you can't really play me because I'm not very good. Yeah.
But I'm not as good as I used to be either. So
wow, it's still better than me.
Well, yeah. Like playing you is boring.
Marv, the bass space nerd, I'd love to see a collab with Dr. Becky.
We love Dr. Becky.
You love Dr. Becky. I'm not into anything like that. Oh. Have you turned off your emergency alerts on your mobiles? Emergency test at 3 p.m. No, because we want the chaos that comes with it happening during the competition.
I think I have turned it off on my phone.
Have you?
But if it goes off, it'll be interesting.
Salt, thank you for the super chat. What's the Max Dumbbell format and who are the faves? So the format is the weights are set. It starts with 115. There's about 8 jumps, I think, up to the final weight, 155. The athletes have 60 seconds to make their attempt, and they are allowed to skip weight jumps if they want to.
I think we should get a pen to write down some of these results.
Here you go. Lozzie's going to be writing things down. Do you want me to grab a pen?
If you know where one is.
Yep. World's Strongest Man in Scottish Highlands would be amazing. Been thinking about that this morning.
We're looking forward to going to Scotland later. Oh, that would be interesting.
That would be cool.
We're looking forward to going to Scotland later this year, aren't we?
Yes, we're going for the Donald Dinny Day / the Gathering.
I think you've caught up, aren't you, Liz?
I know.
Well done.
I knew I could.
Well done.
We need to really for when it kicks off.
Yeah.
Which is
Loz playing ping pong on Big Loz Official. What we all need to see. I'm not sure you guys do. If you want to see that, it can be arranged. But maybe just if we're somewhere and there's a table, I'm not going to go out of my way, I think, for that one. Thank you.
Here we go.
SGT Swole, thank you very much.
Thank you for the super chat. I love you guys. Whenever you guys come to Atlanta, drinks on me.
Thank you very, very much.
We fly into Atlanta so often, but never leave the airport. I would love to go out and see it properly.
We've said many times we want to kind of do a tour of America. Once we can make that happen, spend like a month in America, go to different places, collab with different people, meet lots of you guys. We would love to do that.
Yes. Trent, thank you for the super chat. First world's experience, unfortunately a poor one. Gave up on seeing the dumbbell, went to the truck pool, and already it's 5 rows deep.
Jesus.
My goodness, and that's not starting for hours. Thank you for the great coverage. I'm taking pictures because I'm just gonna like write these out nicely and send them to us and say, just so you know, this is the experience of some of the people that have traveled over, just to give them food for thought going forward. Sean, thank you for the super chat. World's Strongest Man should be held at the base of an erupting volcano. Plenty of natural stones and a beautiful ashy sky with lightning backdrop. There you go. The ultimate strength scenery. Loz doesn't look convinced. Do you think Mitch would beat you at ping pong?
No.
There you go. That's one thing.
I've beaten him at bowling as well. We did have the most epic game of Jenga, and it went down to the last move, and the bugger beat me. But
I don't know where that is.
Tehran?
Yeah.
That's in Iran.
Oh, is it? Oh, there you go. Paul, well, why would I know? Paul,
because I'm half Iranian.
That's why you would know, not why I would. I have friends at World's Strongest Man saying it's better to go to the Arnold. P.S. Loz, thanks for taking time to chat with me and pals before the Rogue record breakers.
You're welcome, buddy. No worries at all. The Arnold and Rogue are a good experience from fans. Giants live shows are amazing.
Sure, Classic looks to be amazing.
Classic looks really good. We've not had the chance to go yet, but we would love to. And I know that World's Strongest Man want to make things better.
Yeah.
So hopefully that is going to be the case.
Matt, thank you for the
I think actually, sorry to interrupt, but I think maybe they didn't expect quite so many people to come.
They should have.
Yeah. Especially with it being in America.
And the year's notice on all of that sort of stuff.
People were planning this from a long time ago. Yeah. So I really feel for those of you that are there that aren't
actually
having the experience that you want.
Yeah. Matt, how would Gav have done in the final?
Gav would have done, Gav getting to the final would have been huge. I think he would have been in the bottom 3.
Yeah, I think so too, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it would have been huge for him.
Just to get to the final would have been amazing for Gav this year. I think next year he's got a real good chance.
Daniel, thank you for the super chat. Get World's Strongest Man to Japan. Mount Fuji as a backdrop would be amazing. It would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And Japan can afford it.
They can indeed.
Come on, Japan. Brandon Spivey, thank you for the super chat. I'm picking Alexi for the win. Dumbbell is a banker and truck pull is great as well. He'll need a decent lead on Tom going into the stones, but he's capable.
Absolutely, buddy. He really is.
What about Liz?
Brandon is there watching.
Oh, is he? Do you have a view, Brandon? What can you see?
He can see Rano.
Can he?
That's Rano.
There's spy pictures of Rano coming through. That's funny. Sam, thank you for the super chat. Thanks so much for the great coverage. I have 2 comps 2 weeks apart. Any tip for recovery between the two events? The 2 events are
just
similar.
Keep training more focused on technique and lighter, just getting blood around the body. But doing 2 comps close to each other is not a bad thing because you're all peaked in terms of strength. So just between recovery. You want to make sure you're moving. So I would do some lighter training sessions, maybe a few less training sessions than you'd normally do in the week. But focusing on movement, speed, and technique on events that you have in that competition.
I'll be saying that Japan would be a great place to reintroduce sumo wrestling to World's Strongest Man. I quite agree.
Strongman versus actual sumo would be dangerous.
Imagine World's Strongest Man at the Royal Albert Hall in London.
They have the Strongman Classic at the Royal Albert Hall in London, which is absolutely brilliant. The only problem with the Royal Albert Hall for World's Strongest Man is it's a small venue. I think Worlds needs a bigger venue.
Yeah, agree.
Because we want to get lots of people in there enjoying watching.
Yeah, as far as arenas go, although iconic, the Royal Albert Hall isn't the biggest.
No.
Could be done in an aircraft carrier. That would be epic.
But if you are looking to go to the Royal Albert Hall, is it July? The Strongman Classic, which is run by Giants Live, is at the Royal Albert Hall. It was where I did my last comp. They've done 2 so far. This will be the 3rd year there, and they are amazing shows. The atmosphere in there, although it's a smaller venue, I think it's 3,000, 3,500. It's amazing because of the acoustics in that arena or that what is it? The Hall, I guess, Royal Albert Hall. It just sounds so epic.
It does. What's the Rauno obsession of Liz and Loz about? He's just one of our best friends. And he's on the channel a lot because we see him a lot. So
we love Rauno because we love Rauno, not because he's a great strongman. He's just one of our best friends in the sport. And we're glad because Rauno had a big hiatus from strongman where he wasn't invited to a lot of big shows. And
there's a big campaign to get him back.
We kind of have helped get him invited again. And, it's nice to see that we've got him invited just by having him on our channel and showing people his personality.
And then all the fans sort of loving him and wanting him at shows.
Promoters want to see him. He's exceptionally good. He pushed Brian Shaw damn hard on those stones, could have made the final. He won the deadlift world championships this year. He's a very worthy strongman.
What's the ETA for the dumbbell? So it should have started 50 minutes ago. It has not started yet. We were told it was delayed by half an hour, but that was 20 minutes ago. It should have started even with the delay.
Unfortunately, this is very typical of World's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
I'm used to it. The older athletes will be used to it. Newer athletes, it could be getting to them a little bit because they may have been told, right, you're starting at this time. They will plan their warm-ups and then suddenly it starts stretching back. It's knowing these things are things that people struggle with at Worlds, and why I say experience at World's Strongest Man is important.
Yeah.
Heidi is coming over for the Royal Albert Hall. Thank you
cool.
so much for the super chat, Heidi. I hope you're doing well.
All the way from the USA. And it's incredible the amount of people that do travel far and wide to go to the Giants live shows.
All sorts of countries we see coming to them.
Warwick, thank you for the super chat. We don't get the World's Strongest Man being shown here in Australia on TV, which is why Rogue, Short Classic, and Arnold's are so much more enjoyable as we can watch and follow along. It's crazy that it's not crazy in countries like Australia and anywhere.
I genuinely really enjoy working with Rogue. They're a very professional company to work for, and the production team they use are excellent. The production team World use are excellent. I just want to see, because when you watch World's Strongest Man, it's the best production. But the fact that we have to wait and some countries don't get to see it, I mean, it is shown in a lot of countries, but it's difficult, isn't it? I think it is shown in Australia, but you need to know what channel.
I don't have a clue. I wouldn't know.
Do you know
World's Strongest Man did a post.
We'll get World's Strongest Man on the channel again, and we'll ask them that because I'm sure they do show it in Australia. I just don't know what channel.
I don't know either. This one made me laugh. Any expat. World's Strongest Man in Liverpool. Race to the doll, then nick a car. How rude. But it was funny. River, thank you for the super chat. Been watching the streams while writing my dissertation. You two have been incredible. Sorry. Look forward to watching next year's streams as well.
Thank you very much. Thank
you, and good luck with your dissertation. I don't know how you have the ability to concentrate on more than one thing. Apparently ESPN Australia.
I thought it was ESPN Australia.
Oh, there you go.
I did. I didn't want to say in case I sounded stupid, but I normally sound stupid, so I should have just gone for it.
Yeah.
But there we go.
If World's Strongest Man don't make so much from this TV, then why don't they pay the athletes more? They are one of the best, highest paying competitions behind Rogue.
Well, World's Strongest Man potentially pay more because there's more athletes as well.
Yeah.
But the top prize is less than Rogue.
Yeah.
But World's Strongest Man, let's remember, have been going for since 1977. Rogue has been going for 3 years now, 2 years.
We've had it 2 times now, yeah.
So longevity is important as well, and we need to hope that Rogue keep involved in strongman because Rogue predominantly are more CrossFit. The fact they've got strongman involved is huge, and if they stay in the sport, that is huge for strongman. So they can do big things. But Rogue also, let's remember, the Rogue Invitational is more of a advertisement for Rogue. They are not necessarily doing it as a TV show. They're doing it as a huge production to get people to buy their products. Whereas World's Strongest Man are doing it as a TV show. It's a little bit different. I know it's not easy to understand. And Rogue's production is amazing, which is so cool. But they don't mind if they're losing money because they're using it as an expense in terms of a business to promote their equipment.
Will you be doing coverage of the gathering? There are a couple of strongmen I know going, yes, 100%.
Liz
100%.
will definitely be doing things
and
behind the scenes.
A few people that might be joining us there. Nikolai Myers, who's he's competing in a competition at Rihanna Lovelace's gym, and he's extending his trip across the UK. He's hopefully going to be there with us.
That under 90 kilo comp is going to be epic as well.
Yes, John Hack's doing that from powerlifting, which would be interesting. Rauno will hopefully be coming. Hannah Lindsay's going to be there as well.
I think
it's
Chloe's going to
some-
be there.
Yes, yeah. So 100% there'll be videos of everything.
It's going to be fun. Devon versus Gennady. We'll talk about that another day.
Thank you for the super chat. Top places in the USA you want to visit. Oh man, I want to see
Everywhere.
all of it. I want to see like the tiny outbacky sort of little places in Texas, and I want to see the massive cities. I want to see the mountains. I want to see the national parks. I've not even been to Vegas.
Oh, you've got to come to Vegas.
Not that fussed about Vegas.
Vegas for a few days is really good fun.
Okay.
You guys will, any of you that have been to Vegas, I went with my brother and we had a good time.
I'm sure
But you don't want to be in Vegas for a long period of time, but you go there, you kind of see some shows, and it's just a fun place to be.
Yeah. Lack of coverage. Strongman is relatively unknown in Australia. And that's
that we noticed that when we came over for Australia's Strongest International. It was a great show, but you could tell that Strongman still isn't popular there. It's growing a lot. I think a few years ago, I don't think anyone was really fussed about Strongman in Australia, but there does seem to be a good fan base now, but it needs to grow. We need more exposure there for sure.
Yeah, so Channel 5 TV stuff is happening. So what happens, because it's aired in for whatever countries that have their own sort of presentation of the show, they'll do the TV plugs for those places, and then we can finally get into the action.
Yeah, Vegas gets boring real fast. Yeah, you just want to be there for a few days. You don't want to be there for like a long period of time.
Yes, come to Texas. Yeah, we've been lucky enough to go to, where have we been?
Austin.
Austin, yeah, but would love to see other parts of Texas as well. Obviously, it's such a huge state. But yeah, I like Texas. And I like, what's it called? Heb. Yes, best food shop. Lovely.
You love a shopping trip.
Oh, I love food shopping, and I love Buc-ee's as well.
Fred took us to Buc-ee's.
Fred took us to Buc-ee's. Come to Michigan sometimes. It's beautiful here. Yes, would love that. There's so many places I want to go.
The great thing with America, it's so different in so many parts.
Yes, such a diverse country.
I've never actually been to New York other than the airport.
No, me neither. Oh, bloody JFK.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I've been to West Virginia. I've been to I've been to South Carolina a few times. I've been to North Carolina as well. I've been to Texas.
Different parts of Florida.
California.
Yeah, LA.
You've
been to Vegas, Bradenton, Daytona Beach, Orlando. Yeah.
Can't remember. So I've been to a lot of places, but I forget.
Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, yep.
West Virginia.
There we go.
787 Speed Breaks. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks so much for your dedication to keeping us updated. Do you think the current World's Strongest Man organizers are doing a good job, or is it now time for someone with more vision to take over running the event? It's not as simple as that is the problem. So you've got the parent company Endeavor, who own IMG. IMG run the World's Strongest Man, and they hire people like Colin and Darren to run parts of the competition-based stuff actually on the ground on the day. Whereas it's like a ton of IMG execs, lots of other parties with TV.
There's a lot of people involved. It's not like a one-person thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that have to go through. It's not as easy as one person can make decisions as well.
No, there's like a full.
Everything just happens a little bit slower. But I have seen genuine progress, and I mean this
sincerely.
It's improving a lot. It is. It's not where it needs to be, and I'll keep pushing to see things get better. And they have said, they want the feedback. They want us to be honest. They want you guys to be honest. But we can't just say, oh, it's crap. Let's offer alternatives. Let's look at things that we can,
There's still a lot of room for improvement, but
Absolutely.
We've seen massive improvements compared to 5 years ago, haven't we?
Yeah.
So it's heading in the right direction. Just obviously we all get a bit impatient and frustrated as well when you see people standing on ladders and stuff like that, needlessly, you would hope. So yeah, hopefully
that needs to
continue to improve.
That definitely needs to improve. It's just not good enough.
No, and we take so much feedback to World's Strongest Man. We're very lucky to have a good working relationship with them, and that's something we want to try and keep.
My first focus was make sure the athletes are looked after well.
Yeah,
that was kind of because I was an athlete. Now I'm looking at the fan perspective as well, because for 11 years I was only there as an athlete. I didn't understand what you guys had to cope with back home watching. Now not being there, just here as a fan, I can see things from a different point of view, and I'm like, yes, this is not good enough.
Absolutely. Daniel, thank you for the super chat. This channel has Uncle Loz, Auntie Liz, and Papa Rauno. What relations are Mitch, Bobby, and Andra on the Big Loz family tree? So Mitch is the cousin, isn't he?
I'm leaving this to you. I'm not getting involved.
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, Rauno doesn't want to be Papa Rauno. I can't remember. I think it was when he joined us for a live after the Deadlift World Championships last year.
We're just all a big family, but
we are the royal family of strongmen. According to Mitch, we're a very dysfunctional family, actually.
That's more like it.
Yeah, we're like the Mitchells from EastEnders. I'm Peggy.
Me and Mitch.
Grant and
Phil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear. That's just because we're bold. You're saying that.
It will do. It's good enough. Fred, thank you for the super chat. Comes to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Did I say it right?
Peninsula.
I don't know what the word is.
Peninsula.
Oh, and I will be your personal driver and tour guide. Many believe the most beautiful place in the world. There you go.
We would love to, Fred.
Sorry for butchering that word. It's not a word we really use in England.
I'm sure it's peninsula.
Sure. Craig, thank you for the super chat. Just joined. Thanks for all you do for the sport. Thank you, Craig. We are waiting. It should be any minute now getting going. For those who are just joining us, let's very quickly look at these are the points going into this. Whoops, I should have got rid of that comment first. I will get rid of it now. Bear with me just a second. There we go. So these are the standings going into the first event today. 3 more events to do, starting with the Max Dumbbell. Then it will be the truck pull, and then finally finishing on the Atlas Stones. Just 1 point separating the top 3. Trey Mitchell very close behind as well. Bit of a drop down after that, but still lots and lots to fight for, Lozzie.
Amazing. And it looks like it's about to start. I've just been sent a picture of the crowd. It looks huge. That is going to be hard to see if you're at the back.
Oh my goodness,
Wow.
The crowd there.
I've never seen that many people at World's Strongest Man.
Oh, wow. It looks like 30, 40 people deep, the crowd.
Step ladders.
Oh my goodness. That's a bit. Yeah, that I think that's definitely way more than they ever anticipated. That's crazy.
Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's all about to start, apparently.
Yeah.
Crowd sweep with the cameras and then
with the old drone. Do you remember when they first introduced the drone?
Yeah.
And I think it was 2014.
They get some great shots from it, but you just got to send it up before.
I know. You stood there waiting to go. Hold on, the drone's going up. Travis, thank you for the super chat. Hey, I competed at OSG 22 from China.
Amazing.
We're hosting China's Strongest at the end of September with Martins. Would you guys be interested to come stream? That would be really cool.
Yeah, send us a message through our website and we
send Loz a message.
No, through the website.
No, through the website.
You send a message through the website, lawrencechatelain.co.uk, and we can talk about that. That sounds fun.
Monica's saying it's about to start. Very excited. Graham, thank you for the super chat. I think after group stages, they should compare the scores of the 10 finalists and your position.
Jaco Schoenwinkel is coming out as
the
first athlete. So 115 kilos.
Something Zadruna's talked about, and it's something we really like. You need to look at the scoring system of OSG, which is quite a good way of doing it. Aha, here we go. Jaco Schoenwinkel out first. And this is with the 115 kilo dumbbell.
Who is up first? Jaco.
Yeah, Jaco
Schoenwinkel is up first on the 115 kilo dumbbell.
I spoke to Jaco before Worlds. This was one event he was a little bit worried about. So we'll see here if he can get this opening weight of 115. So
he's just stood overweight. He's waiting for
the whistle
right now.
Yeah.
Once
the whistle blows, they've got 60 seconds to attempt. I'm just going to click on you there, Johnny. And
so the whistle is gone. Let's see how this goes.
It's cleaned it. It's up to the shoulder.
115 kilos, 254 pounds.
Oh, no.
He's not getting this.
No.
I think, can he?
No. He's gone down. It's hit him on the shoulder and he's fallen.
I think he's okay. He's moving.
Darren's helping him take off his belt.
So no rep there
for
Jaco. He actually fell. Hopefully he's okay.
On the second attempt, yeah. The real Johnny Bravo, thank you for the super chat. Arizona, best scenery, best food, best local strongman scene, best sunrises and sunsets, best weather. Fred's lost his marbles. We're not convinced Fred had marbles. But Fred is a he's like an adoptive person for the channel. But thank you, Johnny Bravo. Sounds great.
Yeah. So no rep for Yako. That means he will 0.
Yes. Oh, not 1 point or anything. 0 points.
I would guess it will be 0.
That's interesting. I hope he didn't schoon his winkle. His winkle looked fine. It might have been like it. So first attempt didn't go. Second attempt didn't go. Came down on his shoulder and then he fell backwards.
Yeah,
the weight didn't hit him afterwards.
Like, but he might have hurt himself. So hopefully that's not the case.
Yeah,
but,
hopefully not.
Yeah, it just looked heavy. If
Yeah,
I'm honest,
it
I saw his dumbbell and he kind of drove. He kind of got it halfway.
Yeah.
There was no
No.
confidence in that going at all.
Goliath, thank you for the super chat. As the leading strongman authority, who would win the world's strongest cameraman? Romark, Simon, Maxine's videographer, James, or Fabian? Surely James. Brian's James.
Pretty big,
yeah.
dude. Although Romark is much stronger than he looks.
Yeah, than he looks. That's hilarious. I love
Romark has got a very good grip.
Yeah.
And he's feisty.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't bet against him.
He wanted me to enter this world's strongest camera person competition. He called it. I'm having no part to play in that.
I think you beat Fabian.
Fabian. Yeah, I could beat Fabian. Yeah, definitely. There we go. Let's do
Fabian,
this.
but he's not a strong dude.
I could be second from last.
Romark is surprisingly strong for his size.
It seems that unfortunately, it's possible Yako could be injured. He's coming off with Daz and Dave.
I hope that's not the case.
Daz obviously being Darren Sadler.
Looks like it's his knee that he's hurt.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So hopefully he's all right.
Fingers crossed he'll be okay. So the dumbbell, it's big, but it's nothing like those almost
the first few dumbbells are just normal, like you've seen at the Shore Classic, for instance.
Normal circus dumbbell.
Yeah, like the normal Rogue circus dumbbells.
Yeah.
They get really big from like the 140 kilos.
Yeah. Then they start going crazy.
It's not available to watch anywhere, guys, I'm afraid. I know that's a repeating question that's asked. We have to wait for some clips that may be posted on Instagram and when it's aired on TV, which I know sucks, but we will do our best to keep you all updated with what's happening. We are getting live updates from the competition, and we'll just keep you updated as best we can.
Yes. Scott, thank you for the super chat.
Right now, sorry to interrupt you, they're just trying to make sure Yako is okay.
Yeah. So. Oh, sorry. No, we're back on. Okay, so we now have.
It should be
Matt Rag, attempting the 115 kilo opening weight on the dumbbell.
So Matt is stood over. He's got the dumbbell. Matt Rag gets it up to his shoulder.
A bit more confident looking than Yako, maybe at the
He's
same
in a good position
point.
now. Needs to apply that leg power.
Come on, Matt.
And he gets a good lift.
Good lift
from Matt Rag.
Oh, you know what's good?
15.
I can see Maggie as well, so I'll know.
You can see the down signal.
I can see the down signal. Lovely. Yeah, so good lift from Matt Rag. There we go. The irony of CBS not streaming World's Strongest Man is that when it is released, most people will be watching from a streaming service. Madness. The problem is as well, they're not really like strongman fans is actually a small percentage of their overall viewership. There are so many people who don't even realize there's a sport beyond the World's Strongest Man that we all follow year in, year out.
Liz and myself are at competitions almost weekly.
It feels like it,
sometimes.
Yeah. At least once a month.
There's a lot of competition. I mean, there are competitions every weekend.
Of course,
every single weekend there's strongman competitions, but there's a good amount of big competitions as well. But World's Strongest Man gets the most eyes on it.
From like completely casual viewers who know nothing more about the sport than what they see at World's Strongest Man. So
it's sometimes it just seems a little bit backwards, doesn't it, for so many people, myself included. I just don't understand why we have to wait so long to watch it. It frustrates me. But we try to keep convincing them to move forward and keep improving.
Yeah. Butrin, is that Woodworks? Thank you for the super chat. What are Hooper's chances on the next 3 events, Laze?
These are not banker events for him, but he is in good shape. He's trained hard at them. And, you know, if he can get top 3, top 4 in each event,
now out.
that is the goal.
Luke Stockman approaching the dumbbell. Just waiting for that whistle.
He's prepared as well as he can, and now it's time to perform. The dumbbell he's been working really hard on. Truck pull he's been working really hard on. In training, it's all going well. It's just about applying it in competition now. That shows how new he is as well.
Right. Luke has cleaned the dumbbell.
I think Luke will get this, no problem. Luke's got powerful shoulders. That looks strong. That looked really strong by Luke Stoltman there.
Down signal. Yeah, he's happy. Very good. There we go. Fred, thank you for the super chat. Fred, Liz is right. I've had no marbles to lose for years. There you go, Fred. I knew you wouldn't mind. Adam, thank you for the super chat. World's strongest man in Morocco for 2024. Great scenery, please. Do you know what? The one time they went to Morocco, everyone got food poisoning in 1998, wasn't it?
1998. Everyone got ill in Morocco. Literally, I think 5 athletes managed to survive the competition.
Yeah, out of everyone. Yeah, only it was survival of the fittest, which was an interesting twist. But yeah, guys, there is no live stream for this. Like, there isn't. You may be able to find something on Instagram. We don't know. We have people there, but it's not being streamed. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately we are seeing it. We've got a friend that's just kind of quickly FaceTiming us, but we can't put it on screen. No. World's Strongest Man would copyright strike us, and we could lose our channel. So I appreciate that. Doing
strikes tomorrow.
Some people have been putting up clips. I'm not gonna say who, but if you search for things, you can find things online. They won't post them probably till a bit later.
Brian's going up
tomorrow.
Now.
The likelihood is they'll be taken down.
And yeah, people could be at risk of
so
losing
how
their
is the Max Dumbbell working? Do they choose one out of the 5 weights or have 60 seconds to do it? So basically they open with 115 kilos. That's the opening weight. And it's like all the athletes will do it. And if they lift it, they move on to the next one. They do have the option to not attempt a weight. And they can skip to the next one. But I don't think we're going to see that on this first weight.
No, everyone's going to want to get
a feel for the dumbbell. You know, they're not fresh at this point, so they'll want to get the lift on the board, because the risk is if you go heavier and you fail, then you'll zero. Whereas at least if you get this first dumbbell, you've secured some points. And because Yako failed, as long as they get 1 rep, they're guaranteed 2 points at worst now.
So Brian Shaw's just been chalking up the dumbbell as well.
So Brian's going to make this look easy. Like, he has to.
More chalk.
Brian, he's got to make sure it's all right.
Yeah. You won't want to be standing where the wind is blowing there.
No.
Oh, God, I've had chalk dust in the eye so many times. All right, here we go.
Brian Shaw approaching the dumbbell. 2 hands, picks it up easy to the shoulder. Elbows nice and high, good positioning. And an easy rep there for Brian Shaw. Looked very confident. Nice lockout. Good rep for Brian. He is on the board.
There we go. Ozzy is keeping track of what everyone's doing. And we've slipped slightly with the comments. It's because obviously once the action gets going, we all get a bit excited. Yes, so please, while you're here, do like the video.
3 of the athletes have made the 115. Just Jaco Schoenwinkel, the only one to not make it, so far.
Yeah. Lara, thank you for the super chat. How is the Max Dumbbell working? Oh, is this what you did?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah. There you go. Hopefully you got your answer from Loz. Ryan, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the coverage. Would love to see Liz do a talking strong woman interviewing the ladies and fellow strongman wives.
You have done you've done a few interviews with some of the ladies, haven't you?
Well, no, I've done it actually with the strong women. Yeah, the female athletes. Yeah. But I think, strong women. Yeah. I have done some. You'll have to look. Yeah. Talking strong woman, just search that and you should find them. I've
done a few as well. I've done a few with some of the ladies.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, Chloe, Andrea, Donna, and I've had Inez as well. Corey Butler,
Sam,
Rhiannon. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Who's up now?
Next athlete up will be Mitch Hooper.
Oh, here we go then.
Come on, Mitch.
Squeaky bum time for Lozzie. Daniel, we will get to your super chat in just a second. As soon as Mitch has had his attempt, 115 kilos, belt locked and loaded.
So he's over the dumbbell, picking it up. Left-handed up to the shoulder.
Is he left-handed?
Yep. And a good rep for
Ooh.
Mitch Hooper.
There you go.
Good
Nice
start.
and easy. Lovely.
Look nice and
go.
powerful. So far, Rag, Luke, Brian, and Mitch all making it look pretty comfortable, looking like they've got more in the tank. But jumps on this
they go up quite drastically,
and it gets hard fast. It's not like a deadlift where you can take those bigger jumps because it's quite technical. There's a lot of explosive power.
Written down anywhere.
No.
Do you want them?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt, but I just realised you're not going to know what the weights are.
We're still on round 1.
We are.
I think it's 115, then 125, is it?
It's 115, then 125, then 132.5.
See, that 125 is going to be important because the jump up to 135 is a huge jump.
132.5. Okay. Then 140.
Then it goes 142 after that.
No, 140, 145.
That's a big jump from 132 and a half to 140.
Yeah. 145, 151, and 155. Daniel, thank you for the super chat. Can you see any of the newer shows that do stream ever taking over World's Strongest Man in terms of popularity? Hopefully it will fall to World's Strongest Man. It depends how you measure popularity. If you think of it as the one that fans enjoyed the most, the one that gets the most views on a stream, or the one that hits mainstream media the most, nothing really comes close to
Evan is up next.
World's Strongest Man in terms of mainstream people on the street knowing what strongman is. Like, most people have seen World's Strongest Man at some point. Most people don't know what the Arnold Strongman Classic is, as an example. So it is still ahead, but obviously we do want to see the improvements that we see.
And I think those shows are going to make World's Strongest Man have to raise their game.
Absolutely.
If I'm honest, which is good.
Yeah.
Because we want it to keep getting better.
Definitely. So it's Evan Singleton's going to be up next. This is
Evan's a good dumbbell presser. His trainings look really good on this.
Hope he can have a good showing here.
Yep. So
I don't know why I feel protective of Evan.
You're nervous.
I am nervous. Yeah. I care about Evan. I want to see him do well. I know
how passionate he is and how much it means to him.
Yeah, what he's been through.
And that was easy. Really easy rep for Evan Singleton.
Best looking out of everyone so far.
He made that look super easy.
Very good.
Great lift.
What happened to Yako? So it looks like he got hurt on the 115 kilo. We're not sure of any details yet, but we will share it once we have it.
So it should be Pavlo next, I think.
I can't remember the running order from.
I think it's Pavlo or potentially Trey.
It's Pavlo or Trey. Then it's Alexi. Then Tom.
Yeah.
Dad, thank you for the super chat. Thanks again for the coverage, and to Monica also. And congratulations to Monica, who is newly engaged.
Yeah, Monica is doing an amazing job
Magnuson
out there, and yeah, her and Magnus having a good week.
Yeah.
His birthday today. They got engaged yesterday.
Lovely. Thank you for the super chat. The Loz and Lizzie live show, Sunday edition. This program begins at 5 a.m. over here in Southern California, and you two, a warm welcome to the day. Thank you. Thank you again for everything. Well done. Love and respect.
Here we go. Next athlete. It's going to be.
It's Pavlo Cordiaca.
I thought it was. So Pavlo, then it'll be Trey, then Novikov, and finally Tom Stoltman.
Yes.
Pavlo is a good dumbbell presser.
He is.
Let's see how this looks.
Pablo's good at almost everything. And he could be like really dangerous in a couple of years' time. He's dangerous now.
He is indeed.
Just waiting for the referee.
So okay, Pavlo is on the dumbbell, up to the shoulder.
Nice and easy.
Gets it settled. So these dumbbells much more normal sized.
Oh yeah, nice and snappy.
Easy, good rep.
Yeah.
Referee's happy. Good lift for Pavlo Cordiaca.
He's a very explosive one, isn't he? Very snappy.
Which is good for dumbbell.
Yes, very much. Dijon, thank you for the super chat. What about a private live stream run by Liz and Loz for the hardcore fans? I can't see why this would be an issue with World's Strongest Man, as results are accessible anyway. Think I'll email World's Strongest Man.
Email World, get them to talk to us. That would be cool if we could have a stream that people could pay for or something like that, that World's Strongest Man would sort out so the quality was amazing. I think it would be good.
I think it would be great. Don't think they'll do it, but I think it would be great.
I like it.
Yeah, we like it. Scott, thank you so much for the generous
Thank you very, very much, Scott.
Appreciate you all from Texas.
So much support from you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. We're big fans of Texas, aren't we?
We love Texas.
Wants to buy a house in Texas.
Oh, dear.
and just eat barbecue.
That's the only thing. I think if I lived in America, I'd be 400 pounds.
Yeah, me too. Dave, thank you for the super chat. Couldn't they do live streams and then get money from their TV deals? There must be a way, but our assumption is that once it's been live streamed and it's no longer exclusive, even if it's pay-per-view, then the value of the exclusive contract deal,
it comes
comes
down
down
to the
a lot.
contracts that they have. So
Yeah.
I don't know the ins and outs.
We
of the
don't,
contracts.
and we won't pretend to know exactly how it all works, but we know that there are barriers, but hopefully this is something that we can overcome sooner rather than later, because we've been doing this for 4 years, haven't we? And nothing much has changed. So
No.
fingers crossed for the future. Big Bear McCall, thank you for the super chat. Have lost 60 pounds since January. 60 pounds.
Wow. Since this January. That's incredible.
Yeah. My wife, Andrea, Brian, Loz, and Strongman are the big motivators behind it. Thank you too for everything. That's
That is incredible. Well
Well done.
Big Bear McCall.
Yeah, medium bear now.
Yeah. Well done, buddy. That's really good.
Tom, thank you for the super chat. Maybe it must be some national records on the dumbbell about to be broken. What is the British record on the dumbbell? Do we even know?
Do you know what? I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's if they do 132, I think
that would definitely
break
be
it.
it. Yeah.
I'm pretty convinced. I might be wrong.
Do you want to quickly pin Leighton's comment if we don't have it? You can't do it on there. You'd have to do it on your phone. Yeah, just with a link to the Strongman archives where you can follow the results on the infamous spreadsheet. So Trey Mitchell is up. Just waiting for Trey to finish wrapping his wrists. And just waiting for the whistle.
There we go. So I've pinned the comment from Leighton with the Strongman archives.
Okay. Trey is about to go. Here we go. Well done, Leslie.
Trey Mitchell up to the shoulder, no problem. And a good solid lift for Big Trey.
There we go. Lovely.
So far, if you're just joining us, only Jaakko Schoenwinkel has failed the first dumbbell. Starting at 115, that is a heavy, heavy dumbbell. And so far, only one athlete has not managed to do it. Trey looking confident.
Yeah, Trey does look good. I think Evan Singleton's has looked the best so far.
It has, but that doesn't really.
It doesn't mean that will carry
amount.
through. No, because it's one of those. It can either look great or it just doesn't go.
Yeah.
So don't read too much into that. But
so we believe Novikov will be up next, and then it will be Tom Stoltman.
Yeah. Big thick hits. Will anyone get the final dumbbell overhead?
No chance.
Don't think so. No.
No chance.
I do. I will lose my shit if they do. Sorry for swearing, but I will. I will.
If they get that, that's immense.
Would Mark Felix have got this? No. The opening weight would be more than his max on this.
Yeah, Mark will admit that himself.
Yeah. He'd be the first to admit it. Mark's very honest about what he can and can't do.
A lot of the guys in the heats wouldn't have done this dumbbell. It's a heavy dumbbell to be starting with.
Yeah, absolutely. British record is 127.
Thank you very much for that, Oliver.
There you go. Thank you. Knew someone would know.
Yeah.
Did you watch? Do you know what? Do not watch Alexei Novikov's training videos because it's like fiction. Because he's like this though. He might look bad in training. He might look bad in warming up, and then he'll go out there and he'll absolutely mog everyone.
Yeah.
There's a reason he decided to upload that the day before doing the Max Dumbbell at Worlds.
So Novikov.
Oh, it's. Where is he?
Novikov.
Oh, yeah, there he is. Yeah, sorry. I thought it was on his shoulder.
He's got a hat
He's
on.
got a flat cap on. Oh, no, he doesn't. He's got one of those sun hats. Yeah.
Yeah. Got a bald head these days. He's got to
he's got to protect that head.
He's got this new look. He looks quite mean, I think, with this new look.
Yeah, I like head. Novikov.
Pardon?
Head. Hairy.
Okay.
I like Novikov with hair.
Okay.
And now it's harder to spot him in the pack.
Easy rep.
Very easy rep for Novikov, yeah.
Looked like he's warming up, to be fair there.
Yeah. So the final athlete on this weight will be Tom Stoltman. I'm going to quickly scroll down to catch up with super chats. Doctor, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for everything, Loz and Liz. Great work, by the way. I've just lost £5 just by sending this. You're miracle workers. Much love.
Thank you very much.
Oh dear. His videos are so funny though.
Novikos videos are well put together as
Do you know
well.
what? His
Videographer.
videographer is absolutely brilliant.
You're
I
jealous,
love
aren't you?
watching. I am jealous.
The
I
only
want
thing
him
is
to film our videos.
he puts them on so late.
Yeah, but
Like, I was like,
that sort of perfection takes time though.
I
Marcel.
know,
You
but
can't rush.
you can't put the training video up the day
No.
of the last day of the final.
That's funny. Charlene, thank you for the super chat. Marius is the greatest strongman ever.
I disagree, but thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
He was very good. Don't get me wrong.
He is one of the greatest.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and certainly at World's Strongest Man, he was unbelievable. But remember, strongman is a sport that happens all through the year. It's not just one competition.
To be fair, he was very good at other competitions,
Oh,
like
he
the
was.
Super Series and all that.
He
It was things like
but
the Arnolds, maybe.
Not just that. World's Strongest Man split into 2 federations at that time. Now everyone's back in the same federation, and it's much tougher.
We will get to you in just a second, Luna. We're about to have Tom Stoltman go for the opening weight with 115 kilos. All right, just waiting for the referee. The tension, man.
This is Tom.
Yeah, this
Tom Stoltman
Big
approaching the dumbbell.
Picking it up.
How's he looking on the dumbbell? Up to the shoulder, no problem. He looks confident.
Oh, no.
Does not get the dumbbell first time.
He didn't lock out his elbow.
He's
and
back
it
up
came
to his
away
shoulder.
From him.
He's back up to his shoulder. He's going to attempt it again.
Oh, no.
And he gets the down
signal.
Tom Stoltman on his second attempt gets the 115 dumbbell. But he did get the good signal from the referee. So all athletes bar one managing the 115 dumbbell.
That's so funny. What's it? Sorry, I will come back to you, Luna. Liz recalling random strongman fact from 10 years ago versus Liz recalling the word for hair. That is me. I can't remember anything, but I can recall facts and stats like that. It's very strange. Luna, thank you for the super chat. You mentioned the participant versus audience perspective. World's Strongest Man is the first original and therefore remains the most prestigious comp to win for the athletes, regardless of fan and audience experience. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, it's still
World's
the one.
Strongest Man still gathers more interest than any other show by a country mile.
And we can tell you that from our own stats during and analytics during World's Strongest Man Week compared to when any other competition is on.
Any competition we report on, and we report on all the major competitions, World's Strongest Man gets by far the most attention. Yeah. By a long, long way.
Yeah, a really long way. But
I'd probably say second is the Arnolds.
Second would be the Arnolds, then Rogue and Shaw, similar.
And then
Europe's.
Yeah, all the Giants live shows, sure, they're all very similar.
Yeah, they are.
I'd say Arnold's is second, Rogue third at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, in terms of our analytics and how much people watch videos about those types of competitions. And also in terms for the athletes, like the prize money is good at World's Strongest Man, but the amount you can make in sponsorships throughout the year and personal appearances, everyone wants the World's Strongest Man.
Because it says World's Strongest Man, you know, it's you call yourself the World's Strongest Man for that year. You can't call yourself the Arnold Strongest Man. It doesn't kind of have the same ring to it. No. Even though it's a tough competition and we all know how brutal these other shows are.
Don't know what
just
it
the fact that you can say you're the World's Strongest Man is cool. I've won a World Championships in Strongman, but it doesn't sound as cool as saying you're the World's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
Right. So
how shaky was Tom's second attempt? Did they cut him a break?
It was probably the worst of all the athletes, if I'm honest.
But it's a big jump up now, so I wouldn't expect to see a few people drop off.
I think a few people could. Yeah. I think he got the down signal from the referee. No arguments there. The first rep wasn't good. They made him do it again, and he got a good second rep. So hopefully he can kind of get the nerves out of the system now.
Yeah.
But there was no bad calls. Everyone locked out. And just one athlete, unfortunately, Yako getting hurt as well. But I don't think he would have got it regardless.
It wasn't going up, no. But it's really sad to see that he got hurt on it as well. Lars has got competition head, Alexi. Oh dearie me. Liz focuses on systemizing stacks. That's a big sign of autism. Just saying.
She could well be autistic.
Thank you, dear. My son is.
Yeah. I've said this to you before.
I know. I know. Daniel, thank you for the super chat. High functioning, barely functioning. I don't know about high functioning. 6,000 viewers. Let's go.
Thank you for joining us, guys. If you haven't already,
you.
please subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's our best chance to grow the channel this week, and we're up to 135,500 subscribers. So thank you all for subscribing to the channel, liking the videos, and just joining us in general and chatting along.
Absolutely. Eva, I cannot see your comment. Uncle Loz will have a little look for it now. High functioning, LOL. I am low functioning this week. Oh dear, 6,000 viewers. Oh, it's very exciting. So the next weight is going to be 125 kilos.
That's a big jump.
It's a massive jump. And
on
I
a
can
dumbbell,
see
that's a big jump.
Few people dropping out at this point.
Might not seem like a big jump if you compare it to a deadlift, but on a dumbbell, that is a huge jump.
Loz, would you get the opening weight?
My best ever dumbbell was 118 kilos. So maybe, not now, no chance. Maybe barely I would have got the opener in being in good shape. So that's how impressive these guys are.
Just based off what we just saw, who's looking to make it the furthest in this event? It's so hard.
It's hard to tell after the first rep. I'd expect Novikov. I'd expect Evan Singleton. I'd actually expect Brian Shaw. Trey, perhaps.
Yeah. How did Luke look? Someone just said
Luke actually looked really good.
Yeah,
Luke
he looked really decent.
Really solid.
Yeah.
He looked like it was just a warm-up.
Tom's definitely looked the hardest.
Tom's was the hardest out of everyone.
Jakob
Everyone else
didn't get it.
made it look pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see everyone get the next one, but start to make things much harder.
Yes, they can.
Other than maybe Tom.
Yeah.
But Tom might have settled, and he might, I remember watching him on the behind the neck jerk last year, where one rep wasn't so good and they were a bit lenient on him, but his next rep was actually really good.
Better, yeah. Sometimes it's just settling those nerves on an event that isn't a natural strength. And yes, they do get to skip weights. They do.
He would have been nervous there, because if he didn't get it on that second attempt, that would have been a big problem. Now, I think he's in a much better position.
Yeah, because I can see. Oh, the split points in this are going to be
we'll worry about
mess.
that afterwards.
Yeah,
but he really, he needed that rep.
6,000 views and only 600 likes.
Come on, guys, go and like the video for us and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
How did Trey's done about it? Trey's look great. Yeah, really solid.
Very solid.
Yeah, Evan's
Shaw
looked really good.
Solid.
Yeah,
Evan looked really good. So next one is 275 pounds, 125 kilos. Big weights.
The weight jumps are silly. I see a lot of ties. I'm surprised there's not more increments at the lower end.
I thought they might go 115, 120. Yeah,
me too. I'm amazed that they've got a 10 kilo jump from 115.
And then the 7.5 kilo jump after that.
Hey, 1.8 thousand likes now. Thank you.
Well
there you go.
Let's see if we can get it over 2,000. Is that your phone? Or is mine?
It's you, dear.
Just resetting.
That says 2,000.
Not too much to reset. And then we'll get started with round 2. So Yako is out.
Yeah.
We move to 125 kilos, 275 pounds.
And now what's going to be interesting, the athletes do not have to do this weight. They can skip it and opt to go. I don't think they skip either. I think
too much on the line.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they'll just go through each
weight
jump. Oh, here we go.
Matt Ragg will be the first athlete to attempt the 125 kilo dumbbell.
Let's see how this goes for Matt. He's had such a good showing.
Amazing.
Very
Absolutely
impressive.
Amazing.
Matt Ragg, we will get to you in just a second. Roger, do you want to click on him so we don't lose him? Roger?
Have we done that one?
Oh, no, we haven't. Click on Gary. No, that is the last one that we haven't.
I just wanted to make sure
Yeah.
we don't miss anyone.
So Magnus has got his arm up. Matt is about to pick it up.
Here we go. All right.
Clean to the shoulder.
He's just trying to get it in place at the moment. All right. Arm is away. Elbow's nice and high.
Come on, Matt Ragg.
Matt Ragg just getting it balanced. And he gets a good rep.
Very good.
He took his time. He had it on his shoulder for a good amount of time. He was waiting till it was balanced. He didn't want to go early. And then once he had that balance, great execution. Really, really good rep from Matt Ragg.
Gary,
that's a big weight.
Sorry. Is there anything better than this channel and Sunday barbecue? No. You know what I'm sad is that
we don't get the barbecue.
We don't have barbecue. We don't have nothing. I've got a coffee that I haven't even sipped and it's going cold.
But we hope you're enjoying the barbecue, and thank you very much for joining us.
And for the super chat. How was Mitch's dumbbell? It looks
Good.
solid. Yeah.
It looked good.
Yeah.
He was explosive.
Very comfortable.
He's looking good.
Roger, thank you for the super chat. What about first in group go to the finals, 5th and 6th from each group get automatically cut. Then the final 5 are taken from the remaining 15 after regarding this way there is no chance of slacking. First go to the final from each. So you have automatic qualifier, then a cut, and then the remaining events, I'm guessing, for the guys left over.
There's so many ways, you know. It's all good suggestions for World's Strongest Man.
I really like the OSG system.
I do as well.
Yeah.
So next we've got Luke Stoltman, who looked really good on his opener.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see how Luke can do here. 125. Would this be a competition PB for Luke? I don't know, actually. No, I think he may have done as much as this in one of the ladders, because we've had a few.
Let's see how it
ladders.
Looks. But apparently the British record is 127. If he gets this, he's going to feel confident that he can break that.
There's another jump up, isn't it? 132.5, I think, after this one. Okay, it's up on the shoulder now. Just getting comfortable.
So he's balanced. Oh, no,
still
he's just adjusting it. He's just trying to struggle to get in position.
Good lift. There you go. Oh, he's very
happy with that.
Very
good lift.
Happy.
Good lift from Luke Stoltman. I'm not sure there's a huge amount more.
No, but that was a really solid lift.
So that was a good lift. So that's good for Luke. He's clearly trying. You know, for anyone that
thought he might sabotage.
He is clearly just giving 100%.
And you can see afterwards what that meant to him. Absolutely. He's very happy with that. Charlene, thank you for the super chat. Do you think Yako could win World's Strongest Man in the future, Lazzy?
I need to see more of Yako before I kind of go out on a statement and say he could win, but I've been super impressed with what I've seen so far.
He's also not one of the youngest guys either, is he? Even though he's new to a lot of strongman fans.
My head says no, if I'm totally honest. I think he would struggle to win World's Strongest Man.
You would say that about almost like a lot of athletes, a lot of good athletes.
There's a lot of great athletes that I think will struggle to win World's Strongest Man. The main reason being there's so much competition right now. And at his age, it's hard to keep progressing. He's been able to just focus on Worlds for a long time, whereas a lot of athletes are doing other shows as well. And that's when it gets harder, is when you are one of the top guys being invited to lots of shows.
Yeah. Fred wanting to point out Elizabeth's comment. What's your dumbbell now, Lawrence? 2 kilos. LOL. I suppose this is too funny. Thank you for super chatting that, Fred. What is your dumbbell right now?
I've not tried like a Max Dumbbell. I could do, I don't know. I could just jump out of my chair and do 80 kilos. Yeah. I'm pretty confident of that, but I'd need to train and maybe I could hit 100. I don't know. I haven't had to do a dumbbell in a competition, or if I don't have it in a competition, I'm not training dumbbell because it's just not needed. No, especially with the training I've been doing. And last year was all about losing weight for me.
Oh man, look, my pa and I spent 3,000 to get here and can't even say. I really do feel for you because it's
we'll come back to you in a second, buddy, because
Brian Shaw is out with the 125 kilo dumbbell.
It's really sad that I know so many people have spent so much money to be there. I do tell people, if you're going to go to a show, go to one of the 1 or 2 day shows like a Giants Live, Shaw Classic, Rogue. Arnold's, or Rogue. Yeah, it's a better experience. Or it was always for me. I know I've not been to World's Strongest Man the last few years, but I know they're trying to make it better. We know what it was like, though. Yeah. I mean, the best years really now for a strongman fan would have been back in 2014, 15 when we had no one there. I guess.
No one to fight with.
It's supposed to be, I don't know if anyone's done the VIP package, let us know what that's been like. Yeah. Because I'd like to hear feedback on that and see if it was worth it. So Brian Shaw fighting for pride more than anything. If he can keep pushing and finish strong.
Top 5 space as well, Lozzie.
Absolutely. Sure. That's what I'm talking about.
1, 2, 5 up on the shoulder, very comfortable. Oh no! And he failed it. Oh, Brian. Right, he's going again.
He shouldn't have thought that. He kind of got to the point where he didn't really get enough leg power into it, and he was halfway up and just tried to keep pressing, and he was in that position for a long time. That's going to drain him. Yeah. He needs more leg drive. His legs seem to have gone, and I don't know if that's from the battle on the stones with.
No.
That was better.
Oh, that was
He's much
There you
more
go.
explosive on the
There
second
you go.
attempt.
Oh, he's happy now.
Like,
Ooh.
that first attempt, he really didn't apply that leg power.
Mm.
And he was just trying to fight it with the tricep. Dumbbell is not about shoulders and tricep. You need to make sure you're explosive, use your whole
Through the
body.
legs,
He regrouped, and his second attempt, he applied that leg power.
Really
and it was so
snappy.
much better.
Yeah.
Good to see him make the adjustment.
What about scoring events like a decathlon?
Yeah, you could do.
Says Black. Thank you for the super chat. Would that work, Clossie?
Yeah, it could be done. It favors then doing better on certain events. You get extra points depending on how far you push things. Just the only issue is some of it would be figuring out the scoring for the different events. But yeah, it's certainly a possibility. So far, our 3 athletes have all have hit 125.
Yeah, it's good. Scott, what's Liz's max dumbbell? Untested, mate. We don't know. Although I did snatch 15 kilos overhead. Which I think is okay.
Not bad at all.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I've snatched a 100-kilo barbell before.
That's impressive.
Yeah, which is weird. I almost find snatching easier than the clean and press.
Yeah, I found the snatch quite easy. I remember I went for 30. That wasn't going up. But,
Mitch Hooper up next. This is going to be an important one.
He needs a good lift here. Mitch, he can't afford to drop too many points.
No, he needs this big time.
Because it's tight at the top.
So let's see how Mitch Hooper does. Looks much nicer today than yesterday. No rain, blue skies.
Looks lovely. Lots of
Mitch
people.
is up to the shoulder.
Just getting
comfortable. Needs to apply
with
that leg power.
And good
Gets
lift.
the down signal.
Oh, he's made to hold it as well.
He was made to hold it longer than he would have liked, but he got the down signal.
There we go. Okay.
So
Magnus is taking no prisoners today, but that's what we want. Consistency
Magnus
like
is
that.
Being
that
a
is
good
fine.
referee right now. He's making them hold it. He's making sure they're locked out.
Monica, tell Magnus we approve.
He's doing a good job. There is Monica. Luke got it.
There we go. Liz is Max Dumbbell sitting next to her.
Very nice.
There we go.
Spicy Stoltman fans happy with the Luke's performance there.
Yeah, Luke did 125 for reps at the Arnold's. I can't remember how many reps he got.
Was it 2?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Thoughts on Matt Rhodes' sport?
I don't have any thoughts.
Oh, hold on. Cameraman was filming. Oh. No, hold on. Sorry. As far as I know, he only covers arm wrestling now. We met him before in Dubai and he was nice enough, but we know he's had some battles with World's Strongest Man. And it's not how we like to try and work with people personally.
I'm not a fan, if I'm honest.
I
thought he was okay, but I've seen the bickering between him and some of the athletes, and I don't like it.
Yeah, we don't like it. Like,
I just try and focus on the more positive stuff.
Who is this? Evan? Yeah, Evan Singleton. Up to the shoulder. Nice and snappy from Evan. There we go. Good fast down signal there.
Evan Singleton is looking strong on this event.
Hold on. I've just got. Can you? What could be a good result for Tom in this event?
If Tom gets this next dumbbell, that's an amazing result for Tom. He struggled on the first one, came back very well, adjusted, and got it the second time. If he can get this dumbbell, I think he's going to be over the moon. I can't see him getting beyond this dumbbell, but he's got a chance on the 125. Nervous.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, Brian made him. He had to work there, but it was interesting. So far, I think I'd say Evans looked the best.
Yeah, I would say so too. Pavlo Cordiaca up next on the 125.
Pavlo. He is an explosive athlete.
No, he's just waiting for the referee.
He's just stood over. Thank you, Connor, for becoming a member. Lots of Brian fans happy with how he's doing.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare Brian fans with my no. I'm a bit dramatic.
He adjusted so well.
Up to the shoulder for Pavlo Cordiaca.
On the shoulder. And a great rep.
Very good. Oh, that was
so explosive.
Probably the best out of anyone so far.
He's just such an athlete.
Very nice.
Really maximizing that leg power. Really, really good rep there for Pavlo Kordiakos. So yeah, no one has failed this year.
Yeah, interesting. Which means Tom has to get this. He has to, because it's such a points drop. Be happy. Thank you for the super chat. We have VIP tickets, bought 4-day package. We are sitting in our camper watching you. Waste of money. Can't see anything there. That is
I am so gutted
not
for you
good.
guys.
No, because I know how much those tickets cost as well. That is really bad.
Really
Sorry,
bad.
but we're glad you are with us. And we hope you at least got to meet some athletes and have a nice time in general in the beach area. Andrew, thank you for the super chat. How much was Brian's last finger affected by the holder under the finger? It fell off and appears to have gotten under his feet.
I saw that. So it was a little block of wood that they have on each of the fingers, and it kind of got under his foot a little bit. But I don't think it affected him too much, to be quite honest. I think it was more fatigue that got to him in the end. It was very unfortunate. It kind of like went under his foot and it bounced and it went under his foot again.
Yeah.
So a lot of the athletes will have had it kind of one time, but you are so focused on that driving that it did eventually move out the way. And once he was kind of settled in, it just looked like it got heavy.
Yeah.
It's sad to see, because honestly, I've seen Brian just murder those fingers before.
Completely mog it. Yeah. June Lynn, thank you for the super chat. Met some VIP friends and said it was good during the heats, but not worth it during the finals because of the crowd. Hard to see, especially the street stage. Yeah, so they're using 2 different stages.
I had a
for different
photo
events.
sent to me of how busy it is, and it's just crazy.
It's absolutely insane there. It's too many people, really. Gary, I can see your chat, but I cannot see your comment anywhere.
We'll look out for
But we will keep an eye out for it. How many attempts you get? It's a 60-second time limit.
Yeah,
Lone
so
Wolf,
as long as they hit the rep, then they'll move on to the next dumbbell in the next round.
Yeah.
Like I said, I can't really see anyone skipping dumbbells at this point.
Oh, there we go. No, I can't see anyone skipping.
So
now.
is it Trey next? Big thicket.
Yeah, big thicket.
Trey
up
Mitchell.
Next. Woo, it's exciting.
I am
Nervous.
shaking.
Lovely. Oh, Monica, beautiful from Pablo. It was beautiful.
Pablo looked awesome.
Pablo is beautiful. The ladies like Pablo.
Spaz
the men like him too.
Spaz. Hey, Loz, missed the stream yesterday. Was busy at the barbershop quartet convention. Super excited for the rest of the events.
As I wait.
Thank you very much,
Trey
Spaz.
cleaning up to the shoulder. And come on, Trey.
Just trying to get balance before he pushes.
Oh, no, it did not go up.
So he's trying again.
It's back to the shoulder.
Getting back balanced.
Now he's got the down signal. Oh, he had to work there, though. That didn't
Trey
look that
gets
smooth.
It didn't look as convincing as everyone else, to be honest.
No.
Even like Brian struggled in his first rep, but Brian made it look good on his second.
Yeah.
That was potentially a little bit soft. I'm only seeing on a very grainy image, so I don't want to, I'm not there.
No.
But, he might have got a little bit lucky then.
After Brownless, but can you please release Darren Sadler's arm, delt, and pepper? He's an impressive looking man, isn't he, Darren
looks
Sadler?
fantastic.
Yeah,
He does.
He's never out of shape, Darren.
No, he's always been in good shape.
He always looks good. Yeah, we'll hit him up. So, wait, dude, the people need your secrets. Thank you for the super chat, Ryan. David, thank you for the chat. Really happy Brian keeps pushing for his final. Oh, absolutely. I'm really glad Evan gets to show his T-Rex power.
Definitely.
Yeah,
this is looking like a good event for Evan. I think
he looks really good.
I think he can get this next dumbbell.
Yeah, he's looked really good.
It's going to be interesting because I think those bigger dumbbells are going to be really hard. So I think the next one is the last like normal sized one.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've got Novikov up next.
Oh, yes.
What kind of shape is Novikov in? Can he prove he is here to win the title?
I love
very
Novikov
solid so far.
Hat.
This is the event he'll want to win.
Oh, he's taking the hat off.
He's getting serious, guys.
Yeah.
Novikov ditches the hat. He's just kind of going through the motions and in terms of just practicing the technique before he goes. He's going to get the whistle soon.
He's looking pumped, yeah.
You can imagine that song that he has playing when he comes into the arena at the Giants Live in his head right now.
Up to the shoulder.
Gets balanced.
Good
rep. Good rep for Novikov.
Not as easy as I've seen him make those weights before, though.
I'd still say Pavlo's probably looked the best so far.
I would say so too. This is very interesting.
Right. Big Tommy.
Oh my goodness. My heart is in my mouth.
Big Tommy
7,000
needs
people
this.
watching. Ooh.
Guys, if you haven't already, please go and subscribe to the channel. Give the video a like. Thank you all for joining us. It is Tom Stoltman, the 2-time champion. This is a very, very important lift for him.
Yeah.
If he wants to win this title again, his next 2 events are extremely good.
Yeah. Yes. Lindsay, thank you for the super chat. VIP was not worth it. Good for you from land and sand stages. Still had to take a seat early. Could not see at all the street events. Uncomfy seating. Best part was getting to meet Mitch, Trey, and Gav.
I hope you've been able to meet like the athletes and get some good experience from this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but we will pass on your feedback. But make sure you do too, because obviously I don't want to be the only person saying, oh yeah, all these VIPs are unhappy.
Like, oh,
and then World Strongest Man say,
what do you want
yeah,
about
but
this?
no one's complained to us. Why are you coming with this list of problems? You weren't even there. So please do make sure you give World Strongest Man your feedback.
Yeah. Ooh, so Tom will be the last one to go in this round.
Andrew, thank you for the super chat. I'd like to see World Strongest Man in a stadium with lower weight classes added. So there is more action between heavyweight events. It would help grow the sport. I'd love to see the women added, definitely. But it's an idea for the future. Oh, Big Tommy. I forgot what we were watching. Oh, all right.
What can he do? He's a 2-time World's Strongest Man winner. That last rep didn't look so good. Has he got that fighting spirit? Is he a real, he's done so well to win the last 2 worlds. This is the event for him that's going to be the biggest factor. If he gets this rep, he is on to win a 3rd title in a row.
Right, he's
picked up the dumbbell. It's up to the shoulder. So he's trying to get it balanced.
Comfortable. And no, it's come down.
He almost had it locked out, but it just started to tilt at the end.
Yeah, it's back up to the shoulder already, though.
Back up quick.
This happened last time.
Attempting again. And he gets it.
Very good.
Tom Stoltman,
there we go.
Fighting hard to win this title.
Goodness.
He is still in, and that is huge for Tom. If he didn't get that, could have been end of the road in terms of the winning.
Could have been, yeah.
But now by getting that, he is in a much better position because now we go up to 132.5 kilos.
And 9 guys still in this as well.
1 athlete is out.
Wow.
Ooh.
My goodness.
This is stronger than I expected. I thought we might see more athletes fail on the 125.
I thought so too. This is very exciting.
This one is going to be tough. 132.5 kilos.
We are definitely going to have people fail this weight. I wouldn't be surprised if at least half the field fail this weight, to be honest.
Nor would I.
No.
But that was impressive lifting by all 9 men. Oh, they're going to be feeling it.
Hearts in my mouth. Ginger, thank you for the super chat. We are on the street for bus and it's 5 to 10 people deep. It's crazy. Ugh. Hopefully you're able to see when it does get going. Never used to have these issues, did we, Lazo?
No, I remember you just stood watching
anywhere.
In the corner. If you watch some old World's Strongest Man videos, you can see Liz in the background.
I'm in every frame.
Yeah.
I used to make it my mission. And I'd just be there politely clapping in the background. But they used to say, do you remember at one point you're in there as well?
Yeah.
You weren't supposed to be there. They were like, guys, can the crowd gather around this area and clap because we need some B-roll? And Loz was stood with me clapping, but he was supposed to be competing.
So we move on
funny.
to the 132.5 kilos. That is 292 pounds in one hand. That is incredible lifting.
Yeah.
Dumbbell pressing, one hand. This is going to be a big weight.
Oh dear.
Can you give a shout out to a daughter? Did you do that one?
I've just clicked on it. Garage Jim Chris, thank you for the super chat. Can you give a shout out to our daughter Robin for her 1-month birthday? She loves hearing your voices. Cover World Strongest Man. I'm sure she does.
We hope she's
Happy
a big
1 month,
Strongman fan in the future.
Bless her. Congratulations to you on the new baby. Ashley, thank you for the super chat. Come on, Tom, our 9-year-old Jack wants
He's
him
put
to
himself
win.
in a good position with that rep there. That was so important for Tom. And he is responding to the pressure. Good to see.
Lots of
spicy Stoltman fans getting excited. This is just such an exciting competition. As a fan, absolutely loving it. As a coach, I am nervous as hell.
Yes, hard, isn't
I've
it?
spoken to a few friends that are coaches that have got athletes, and we're all feeling the same because we like all the guys.
Yeah,
But obviously, you want your
bad
guy
on
to do
anyone.
well.
Yeah.
But it's just from a fan's point of view, this competition is epic. Right, let's see what's happening.
Okay. Laz is on the case. So the next weight jump, it's quite a big one, 132.5 kilos.
292 pounds. It's big.
Yeah, wild.
Oh, you went past
right. Daniel, thank you for the super chat. Concerned that Tom keeps failing, almost doing twice as many lifts. Yeah, he's lifted 4 times now compared to some athletes that have lifted twice.
But do you know what? Just the fact that he got that.
That's really impressive.
Huge.
Yeah. And it's important for his overall, overall game. Fix your shirt, Les. Oh, am I popping out? Liz is...
What are you doing,
almost
Auntie
pornographic. Sorry, guys. Liz needs a safety pin. Whoops.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
This is a family show.
We're going to be taken down. Oh, dearie me. Sorry about that. Student drinks. Happy for Big Tommy. I hope Yakko is doing okay, though. He had a great first World Show.
He's been incredible.
He did. And he'll be back next year. I've no doubt he's going to get a re-invite for that. He's been great. Just making sure.
Check that you're okay.
Popping out. Cost of VIP tickets. I think they were like $500 a day.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not cheap. That's not cheap at all.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's a lot of money. Who is the best bus puller? It's so hard to say because Alexei won it last year.
Tom is very good at truck pulling. Novikov won the truck pull last year. Brian Shaw in his prime was an excellent truck puller. We haven't seen some of the others do truck pulls that I can't even remember seeing Evan do a truck pull before.
I'm going to have to turn that emergency alert thing on because if it comes in the middle of a lift, emergency SOS, that will be unacceptable.
Yeah.
Emergency.
How'd you do it?
I just searched the word emergency.
There we go. Oh, emergency SOS. Is that
I'm guessing, yeah. Like before, I didn't care, but now I really don't want it to interrupt.
How'd you turn it off?
I just made them not green. Make them grey. Oh, goodness me. Sorry, it's skipping over people. Dempsey Dunn, thank you for the super chat. Trying to make World's Strongest Man for 20 years. Bought my sons and can't see anything either due to non-setup for the fans. Friends stated VIP are waste due to not enough seating and barely can see.
That's rubbish.
This is consistent feedback that we're hearing. So we're really sorry about that. It's nothing to do.
No, it's not our doing.
No, but
it's just sad to know that people are struggling and not enjoying the experience.
Yeah, especially when people spend a lot of money just being there, even if they're not paying to actually watch. Aaron, thank you for the super chat. Come on, Tom, keep it spicy, keep it focused. The trophy back home to Scotland.
It's still on. It is still on, definitely.
Still on.
At the moment, that is a battle.
Phone on aeroplane mode. I can't do that because I'm getting the results through the phone, so I can't. Yeah. What is the world record for the dumbbell? It's 150 kilos.
They're setting the stage.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so they're just swapping out the net. Do you know what? I have to run to the toilet. I'm leaving that there with you.
Okay. Okay.
Just in case it rings.
So they're setting the stage for the 132.5 kilo dumbbell, 292 pounds. Still 9 athletes left in at this stage. Going to be epic. Ooh, it gets more and more nerve-wracking. At the bottom of your navigation in settings iPhone. Thank you very much for that, Dave the Fish. I'll try and sort it out as soon as Liz is back. I think I've done it, but I will double check. And if it goes off, I'll make sure I turn it off quickly. Notifications on Android. I've got an iPhone, guys. So is Liz. Novikov, please win this in the truck pull. He's got a chance. He won the truck pull last year, and he's won the dumbbell 11 times in the last 11 competitions they've had dumbbell. Thanks for what's this one? Thanks for bringing this to life. Much respect from Hong Kong. Thank you for joining us from Hong Kong, guys.
Just checking I'm
okay?
dressed. Yeah, I'm okay.
I just want to.
No problem. Nighthawk, thank you for the super chat. Who is the strongest mental strength for the remaining finalists? Tom can falter when things are not going well. Who's the opposite mental end? This is time to go full Karen mode for World's Strongest Man. I'll complain to the manager, don't worry. Who's the mentally toughest there?
Look, strongmen are all mentally tough. Brian's very mentally tough. Mitch is mentally tough. Novikov, Tom. I mean, Tom, I guess less so in other comps, but at Worlds, he's kind of
tough at Worlds.
He just seems to kind of bring it to Worlds.
Yeah.
And this is the biggest comp of the year. They all want to win. They're all going to be fighting till the end, regardless. I mean, Trey Mitchell is battling in there still. He is still within a chance of winning this World's Strongest Man.
Absolutely. Who's out? Only Jaco Schoenwinkel. Everyone has hit the first two lifts.
The best, I would say, was Pavlo. But Pavlo's technique is extremely explosive, so he will either get it and probably make it look easy, or he won't get it at all.
Yeah. Oh, so the emergency alert we're referring to, in the USA, you have that system like for weather warnings, when it bypasses everything, it goes like a missing child, that sort of thing. That's not a system we use in the UK, but they are introducing. So they're doing a test at 3 p.m. today.
Here he comes.
Oh, here we go. So
this will be Matt Rag with
132.5 You've not left yourself enough space on that sheet of paper, Lozzie.
That's all right. I'm going to go here.
Okay. So Matt Rag is approaching the dumbbell. Oh, I get so nervous.
I know. I genuinely feel nervous right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep an eye on my phone in case it goes off, but I think I've disabled it. Probably not.
Someone says, wash your hands, Liz. My hands are clean and washed. Thank you very much. I am just quick. Dempsey, thank you for the super chat. Sorry, I forgot to say thank you for the videos and all you do for the sport. Liz, keep the big guy straight. Oh, I do try. Thank you, Dempsey. Right, Matt's just waiting. He's pacing a little bit. I think he's
just waiting for the referee to give him the
signal. Magnus has stood up for some reason.
They're waiting for TV to say, okay,
go.
Like Magnus is still waiting for the TV to give the signal. He's still stood up.
Come on.
So Rag is going for 132.5 kilos, 292 pounds.
Come on, and keep
this
your guys waiting.
This is a massive weight now.
Just seeing the crowd. It is. Oh, there's the alert. This is the test. Yes.
Go away.
How do we turn it off?
I just swiped it up.
Mine won't swipe. Oh, there we go. It works.
That went off early.
Did it?
Yeah.
Is it not 3 p.m.? It's catching us off guard, Lozzie. All right, here we go. Matt Rag is stood above the dumbbell. He's just waiting for Magni's arm is up. Whistle's gone.
Right, Matt picks the dumbbell up. 132 kilos. Just getting it to your shoulder is impressive.
It's up on his shoulder. He's just getting it into position. No, he's not quite.
He's struggling with the balance at the moment. Okay, looks a bit more settled now.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got to go for it.
Come on, Matt.
No.
I don't think he didn't try again. No.
He little dip with the legs, but he didn't even try to press it. No. That is clearly a very heavy weight feeling crushing down on him. That is probably a huge PB already. I'm not sure what his best is, but
that was
Yeah. The 125 is a massive weight on the dumbbell.
Yeah. 9-way tie would be interesting, says Russ. Oh, it would be a bit of a disaster though, wouldn't it?
Did anyone else get the alert on their phones?
That was scary. We're under attack. Oh my goodness.
Right.
Oh my God. Earthcam already sees people waiting for the last event, the Stones.
Wow. That's crazy.
That is crazy. Rag says, nope. Yeah. Zach, thank you for the super chat. I love all your videos. You inspired me to do my first comp yesterday and Amazing. I loved it. Awesome. Hope it went well for you, Zach, and you enjoyed it. Oh, someone's up again already. Not messing about now. Now we've got Luke Stoltman. Luke looked really good on the last dumbbell, so it'd be very interesting. This would be a new British record to the best of our knowledge if Luke can get this. He's waiting for the referee's signal.
Can I see?
I guess. Okay, he's had the signal.
Luke Stoltman. Luke Stoltman. Yeah, Luke Stoltman looked really good on the 125.
Up to the shoulder. Just getting the balance.
Just got to get it settled.
Oh, no.
Gave it a good attempt. He might try again.
Yeah.
Luke, he gave it a good effort. He just kind of was a few inches away from lockout, and then it kind of came out of line from his body. He's up again on the shoulder. Come on, Luke. All right, he's balanced. He needs to really apply that leg power.
Oh, that was.
Did he get it? He got it.
Did he get that?
Luke got that.
I'm surprised. I did see it. But yeah.
I'm pretty sure he got the good lift.
Judging by his reaction, he did get that lift.
So that is massive for Luke Stoltman.
There we go. That is big for Luke. My goodness.
I think that might have been a bit generous. I don't. But you do what the referee says down.
You take it.
And I mean, we're talking about huge weights here. They want to see that lockout for a split second. It's very difficult with a dumbbell. But good rep for Luke Stoltman.
There we go.
Big points for Luke on that. That's going to be important because I can see a few guys failing this.
I can as well, yeah.
This weight will be huge for Mitch Hooper. If he can get this, that is, that was the
next.
Yeah, that was the big target for Mitch. If he can hit this, we will be over the moon.
Oh no, Brian's next. Then
Brian's
Mitch,
next,
yeah. Richard, thank you so much for the super chat. Your thoughts on speed and strength events versus static strength events. It seems that speed has decided the world's strongest man over the last few years. Love the coverage.
I like a combination of both.
Yeah.
But if you look at old World's Strongest Man videos, go and watch in the 90s, and the speed events were ridiculous. They were running around with like 90 kilos. Now they're heavy weights that they're using. You actually did a video on this, didn't you?
I did.
Kind of the weights of World's Strongest Man
lighter. Yeah, you should go and check it out.
That's an interesting one. Yeah. Because over the years, and it's weird because it starts off pretty light and it's got heavier, and then it's kind of like gone down, and it's kind of gone up and down, and it's kind of like
it's not completely linear.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think right now is a good combination of speed and strength. This dumbbell event is a good testament to that.
Shaw is up on the platform. Not ready to lift us yet. Someone's suggesting the dumbbell for him.
The combination right. And the great thing with Strongman now is you have different types of comps. So it's like tennis where you've got like the 4 Grand Slams. Strongman now, there's different types of comps with different events. Some are much, much heavier, less moving about. The athletes get bigger. Some a little bit more speed orientated. There's nothing hugely speedy about this year's final though, other than the fingers, but you still need to be epically strong to flip them over. Dumbbell for Max, the deadlift for reps was very heavy. I think it was 8 reps one.
Yeah.
The shield carry is about distance. It's not about kind of speed. It's about endurance more, I guess, but endurance with strength, because that was a 200, just shy of 440-pound shield. That's heavier than they've ever done at World's Strongest Man.
Brian just getting everything chalked up and everything perfect.
The stones are probably where they should be in terms of weights. And we've got the Max Dumbbell here and then the truck pull. So.
Yeah. Adam saying, hey, Loz and Liz, hope you're both keeping well. Thanks for the content. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Adam.
So yeah, Brian is just, don't know what's going on.
Happy. His cameraman's there.
Probably just introducing him on the TV.
So we think the UK record is 127, is it? So which means this would be, that Luke did get a new British record, sorry.
Yep. So
all right, Brian is picking. Oh no, he's not yet. He's waiting he was just adjusting the position of it.
Right, Brian Shaw. You think Brian can get this one?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, of course, I think he can, but we'll see. Right, it's up to Brian's shoulder. Really easy, clean for him. On the shoulder. No,
he was close.
He missed it.
He was close.
Come on, Brian. Try again.
He's just looking at the dumbbell right now. Brian composing himself. He's going to have another attempt. So just taking his time. He's not rushing himself. Now he picks the dumbbell up again.
No, not yet. Yet now it's
up to the shoulder.
Remember, he's got 60 seconds in total.
This will be it. He won't do another attempt after this one. He's got it on his shoulder Brian. Still.
No, unfortunately, no.
So Brian Shaw, I can't see him trying again. He's looking at it.
Oh, hold on, no, he's standing over it. He must be getting short on time now, though. Back up to the shoulder.
It's going to be very difficult to do this on the 3rd attempt. He's got it on his shoulder.
Oh, no. Just a couple of inches away from lockout each time.
It was more than a couple of inches.
I guess he's got a longer elbow than most.
Yeah, he's got a long arm. His first attempt was close. Second attempt wasn't near. Third attempt wasn't near.
Yeah.
But he did 125. These are ridiculous weights. I can see a lot of people failing this 132.
I can too. Fully expect it, yeah.
So Mitch will be next. And if Mitch gets this is monstrous for him.
Yeah.
He needs it because the other 3 contenders are all in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
yeah. None of these guys want to drop out at this point because it could
this is huge
be
for
the
the
end
overall
for the
competition.
yeah.
What's huge as well is that athletes can end up tying with points, which then could separate people if they do manage to get an extra rep.
Definitely.
It's going to be interesting.
Oh man, my heart is in my throat.
So we've got
so exciting though.
Luke Stoltman is the only man that is through to the next round.
Here we go. Mitch Schuper up next. Woo. Oh, he's already stood over the dumbbell.
He's just checking it out.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's just checking it out.
Getting
the
some
camera
chalk on
crew
it.
will move before
come on,
before
Mitch.
the attempt.
If Mitch gets this, I go mad. this would be a huge PB. So you know, this is where we see best case scenario on this event.
We will come back to you straight after Mitch's attempt. He's just chalking.
Come on, Mitch.
Are you all right?
Just genuinely like
this was
nervous.
me for like 10 years watching you.
Right, he gets it up to his shoulder.
Up to the shoulder.
He needs to keep balanced.
Okay.
Come on, Mitch. Yes!
Yes!
He gets it, and it was better than his last lift.
Yeah, it was. Oh, he is happy with that. Look at him.
He's over the moon. I am over the moon. That was a brilliant lift by Mitch.
He turned into a tomato.
Made it clear, solid lockout, really applied that leg power. That was so good. We needed that big time. He actually looked like he had more in him.
Yeah, he did. That looked good.
That was almost better than the previous.
It was better than the previous one, definitely. Looked more comfortable. Ella, thanks for sharing your World's Strongest Man knowledge, keeping my boyfriend James entertained. We love watching you. Thank you so much, Ella and James. We are glad you are here with us today. Ricky, thank you for the super chat. A very, very generous super chat, Ricky. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I was just checking.
I had VIP tickets for the final last year and decided to give a large portion of that $900 to you both this year, since y'all were the only one I was paying attention to anyways. Nerd of Strength has VIP fan videos up on her channel. Nothing has changed.
Thank you so much, Rick. I'm
Ricky.
so sorry that you guys are struggling with this. We will be back with that in a second.
Yes.
If you want to check out Nerd of Strength for any videos, guys.
This Evan Singleton. Now,
Evan
Evans looks very good.
I've been impressed.
I expect Evan to get this. Yeah. Oh, I love a competition. Oh, make sure I do not pop out of my dress this time. I might have to change for the
Evan looked
stones.
fantastic on that last one.
He really did.
Let's see what he can do on this.
Come on, Evan. Right. It's up on his shoulder.
It's looking good.
No. But
didn't apply the power that we've been seeing from him.
I feel like he rushed that a little bit as well. He
didn't get that leg power into it. He tried to press it more.
Yeah.
He needs to be explosive.
Oh no! Now he's struggling to get comfortable.
He just looks like he's just rushing a little bit.
Yeah, no rush, Evan.
Better attempt.
Oh, it went behind him.
He was close. He kind of got it locked out, but it was falling back.
Did he get it though? Because I couldn't see Magnus.
So. I don't think so, if I'm honest.
Okay.
I will let you know for sure.
I didn't see the T-Rex roar either, so I'd be surprised if he got it. But Ricky, thank you so much for your generous super chat. We are going to pass on feedback to people who have gone to World's Strongest Man, but please make sure you guys do as well, because it's important that they know. I mean, they must know because they're there, but you know, you guys need to be quite vocal as well.
Wow. Evan got it.
Did he?
He locked it out, but it was moving at the same time. Went behind him, and obviously we didn't see the kind of down. We couldn't
see when the down signal was. Yeah,
well, that's big for Evan.
Rick, thank you for the super chat. I hate this. No Brian, no me, and many Americans. No Brian, no me, many Americans. Oh gosh, no time wasted.
Fast.
Yeah, it's really going now.
Who's next?
Now it's Pavlo Cordiakis.
Pavlo looked really good with the last one.
Yeah.
Pavlo has that explosive power and really good technique on the dumbbell as well. I think he can get this.
Ewan, thank you for your work, guys. I'm riveted. So are we, Ewan. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for the super chat. Come on, Pavlo.
Pavlo Cordiakis. I want to see him do well on this because he's such a great athlete, and he's been
such
a bit unlucky.
Great guy as well. Come on, Pav. Just waiting.
So
for the
so far
referee
we've got
signal.
Luke, Mitch, Evan, all through to the next dumbbell.
Right.
Pavlo
Up on the
to
shoulder. Come on.
Gets the
Pavlo.
hand away.
Oh,
No.
no. Right.
He kind of locked it out, but it just kind of started falling away from him. He couldn't fix it locked out. He's going to have another attempt.
Come on, Pablo. He's got that real sort of jerk movement, hasn't he, where he gets under it. Come on, Pablo. He's taking his time, so I'm guessing.
He's going to have one more effort
Yeah.
on this. He knows he can't rush it.
Yeah.
He's got the explosive power. He needs to make sure it stays in line. If that just comes
Pablo.
outline slightly. Yes, hold it.
Yes!
Hold it. Yes.
Yes, that was a good lift.
He kept it in line that time. He actually had to kind of like walk with it to get himself under. He doesn't quite have like the pressing power of, say, Luke Stoltman and that shoulder mass. So he has to hit it perfectly and make sure he keeps his body under. And he did that time. Great lift there by Pavlo Kordiaka.
Yes. So how heavy is dumbbell number 3? So they are currently pressing 132.5 kilos.
That's a big weight.
It's a big boy. Ooh, my goodness.
Oh, so who have we got next? We've got Trey.
Trey is up next.
Novikov,
and
Tom.
then Tom, yeah. And then we'll be on to the 140 kilo dumbbell. Ooh, this is very exciting. Dude is a freak. We're still on the Mitch comments up there. Wow, did not expect that. Didn't expect it to look as comfortable for Mitch as it did. That did look better than his 125. Someone come check Mitch because he is a Martian. Has Novikov been yet? Yeah, so Novikov got the first 2 lifts, which is 115 and 125
We're waiting
kilos.
for Trey Mitchell next, and then it will be Novikov on the 132.5 kilos.
Then Tom
292 pounds.
Yeah. Oh, man. My heart.
Oh, man. Liz is so cute when she's excited, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Whew.
Here we go.
Nearly 8,000 of you watching along with us. Thank you for joining us. If you could like and share and like and subscribe to the channel.
Trey is up. Now, Trey did not look as convincing on the 125 as some of the other guys. But like we've seen, some guys, a little bit heavier, suddenly they have a better lift.
He has that shoulder strength.
Yeah.
But you need that explosiveness on the dumbbell. You can't just muscle it up.
No. It's not a grinding movement, is it? Grinding. That's what she said. Just doing his reps. Man alive.
Guys, it's exciting.
This is so exciting.
Trey Mitchell, if he gets this, he could be the world's strongest man.
Yeah. Come on, Trey.
Trey up to the shoulder. He's not balanced. Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is. He's balanced. Like a ballerina.
No.
Oh, no.
They looked heavy.
Back down to the shoulder.
He needs more leg power. He's trying to rely too much on that upper body strength.
Come on.
Better leg drive, but still not high enough. He's not letting it go down to the floor. He's bringing it back to his shoulder every time.
He's not giving himself any rest, though, is he?
No, I can't see him getting this.
No, I think it's just going to get harder.
The balance is getting harder. Yeah. I think Trey's done.
No, he's done. It's down on the floor. But hold on, he's not done.
He's done. I'm telling you, he's done.
Yeah, he might not get it, but he's physically picking the dumbbell up again.
I know, but he's done.
He's trying to. No, he was trying to put it onto his left shoulder.
Strongman. He is done.
I know, but Trey is still on the floor.
He's still on the floor, but he is done.
It's up to his shoulder. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, bless him. He fought that.
He really
fought.
Kept trying.
Yeah.
But after those first 3 attempts, there was no way.
Okay.
So Trey goes out at 132.
Alexi will be up next. Now, Alexi, his 125 probably didn't look as good as I expected from Alexi.
No, it didn't, but he got it, and he's moving on to the next one.
He is.
Oof.
Never change, Liz. Thanks. I can't. I've tried.
She won't change for anyone.
No. Not even for myself. Curtis, let's go, Mitch. Some very excited fans in the house. So far, who were the athletes that have not hit this 132?
So Brian Shaw failed the 132, and Trey.
Is that it?
Yeah. Oh, and Matt Ragg. Matt Ragg. Yeah, Matt Ragg. Sorry. So Matt Ragg, Brian, and Trey. That's it.
Okay.
Luke Stoltman got it. Mitch got it. Evan got it, and Pavlo got it.
Okay. And Jaakko Skrumvinkel, unfortunately, looks like he injured himself on the first
dumbbell.
Yeah, on the first dumbbell.
We're almost at 8,000 people watching along with us. Thank you
exciting.
so much for joining us, guys. Whoo. Just compose ourselves a second.
I'm just going to take a quick picture of Lake's message there. Thank you, Lake.
Wow.
Add that to my my dossier at this point. Pavlo out. Pavlo out. Oh right, yeah. Sorry, Pavlo out. As in
Novikov up in a second.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
I'm just scrolling and trying to get up together and up to date. Do you think anyone will beat 132? If yes, who?
I need to see how Novikov presses this.
Yeah.
132. He could potentially do more.
He would be our favourite to get more, but
we'll see.
He hasn't done the 132
and apparently they start getting really big from the 140, which could be an issue.
Yeah.
But we will see. It's been impressive so far. Thank you to all the people that are joining us. Thank you to people that have subscribed to us. If you like what we do, please consider going and subscribing to the channel. And we are here with Novikov next.
Mango, we will get back to you in just a second. So Alexei Novikov up on the floor.
So
your hat stayed off. He looks pumped.
This is big, important part of World's Strongest Man this year.
Stretching away from the pack, not getting the split points. An event win here for any one of these athletes.
Novikov needs the win on this event.
He does.
He wants to win the title.
Yeah, because he needs to stretch away to allow for maybe.
Right, he's up to the shoulder.
Stones. Oh, for a sec.
No, he's come away from him that time.
Oh, come on,
the dumbbell kind of moved away from him. He lost that balance. Needs to make sure he stays under the dumbbell.
He looks mad at the dumbbell.
Yeah, he was explosive, but it just
he's unwrapped his wrist.
Right, he's up to the shoulder.
Come on,
again.
Alexei. Come on.
He gets it.
Yes!
Alexei Novikov almost in a side bend position, and then he's just holding it, slowly got himself up. He gets the good rep. That is a champion.
Woo! Mango Fanta, thank you for the super chat. Any updates on Shaw? Just saw his day one vlog and it was pretty eerie, if not concerning. Guy seems shut down post fingers. Updates or thoughts? We haven't spoken to Brian, so we don't know anything more than you guys. We know he'll be very, very disappointed.
Absolutely. He's going to be absolutely gutted, but he's still fighting. I mean, he's done okay on the dumbbell, maybe not as good as he would have liked. Unfortunately for him, 5 guys now are through to the 140. Oh no, could potentially be 6. We've still got Tom Stoltman.
Yeah, we've still got Tom.
Tom has struggled with every one, but he's got it on everyone.
He's got it on the second attempt.
Yeah. So Tom doing what a champion does, performing when it counts. Novikov there performing when it counts. Mitch Hooper performing when it counts. These are the traits of champions.
Bad news for Trey. Not getting that last weight 1 through 2.5.
Trey has probably put himself out of contention for the title because those top 3 just keep relentlessly coming.
Yeah. Oh, we will get to you in a second, Josh.
So we got Tom Stoltman, the last athlete out for 140 kilos.
No, 132.5
Sorry, 132.5
kilos.
292 pounds.
I need a sip of my coffee.
Yeah, I can't believe that we're going to have at least 5 go for the 140.
I know.
I said the 140 will take the win.
I think you're wrong. Right, Tom, he's picked it up. It's up to his shoulder.
So Tom's got it up there.
He's just, got his hand away, trying to find the balance point.
My goodness.
He got it!
That was Tom's best lift. Tom is raising his level. Tom Stoltman wants 3 titles in a row, and you just have to respect that. That was incredible. That was Tom's best lift.
Yeah.
It's like he's learning on the job, and he's like, okay, now I've figured this out.
This is how you do it. That's amazing.
6 athletes will do 140 kilos. And if I'm honest, Tom looked the best.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Not on the last reps.
How? How is what a topsy-turvy world we live in.
I tip my hat to you. I did not expect to see Tom performing so well on the dumbbell, but I am pleasantly shocked as a fan.
He's going to be so hard to beat overall.
His confidence is going to be sky high.
Yes.
Because honestly, I can still see everyone failing this.
Yeah.
Which means he's only going to be 1 point behind Mitch.
Yeah.
And this is like worst case. He might go on and get 140.
Wow.
But
nothing would surprise me anymore.
He's put himself in a great position to win this title.
Yeah.
And Novikov as well, that would have been devastating for him if he didn't get that.
Yeah.
We still have a real battle between these 3.
We do. Oh my goodness. So Josh, flew out from Utah, super dissatisfied with the viewing. I hope they get this figured out. We do too, Josh. Thank you so much for your feedback. We are going to pass everything on. Loz is leaving me. Jason, thank you for the super chat. Have you got any input and thoughts on Hooper and his so-called attitude after winning things like the Arnold, saying it doesn't mean much to win? Feel a bit bad for those who gave all. Yeah, I do know about this because we talk at great length with Mitch. Mitch is a difficult one to understand sometimes, but if you knew what his ultimate goals were, it would make more sense. So he wants to, and do you know what? Something that would explain it quite well is his new documentary, Beyond Strong, which is only about 10, 15 minutes long and definitely worth watching. But he wants to help as many people as possible. And he wants to use the platform of Strongman to help him achieve his goals. He was trying to say it in as much as it's one thing and it's part of his big picture of things that he wants to achieve, but his big picture is so good and so big, I guess it's one tick box on a list of things he wants to achieve in this sport. And it did come across poorly, I guess, but I think if you watch the documentary, it would make a lot more sense. Are you happy with that answer, Lozzie? You didn't hear? He trusts me. Christ. Liz needed a safety pin for her dress. I know. What is going on today? I'm going to have to get changed before the stones, or there'll be some more Atlas stones on the streams that people were not banking on. Heartbroken for Brian, says Aaron. Yes, I know. A lot of Brian fans be very sad. Let's go, Trey. Yako is out of the comp. Yeah, people saying Yako may have withdrawn from the whole competition. We don't know that officially yet, so we will wait.
Sorry.
That's okay. Tony, thank you for the super chat. Rag
Tony Stark.
The New Zealand record for Max Dumbbell. Mitch just beat the record for Canada as well.
There we go.
Oh,
and the Stoltmans both beat the British record as well.
Yeah,
so records falling all over the place. Just the Ukrainian record.
There we go. Yeah, Brian is out of the...
I'm amazed that we have 6 athletes still at 140. That just shows how good these guys are and how much they all want it.
Determined they all are. This is a real fight to the very end. My goodness. Ooh.
Like watching all of them there, I could potentially see all of them failing this.
Yeah.
No one was making it look super confident.
Like they had another 7.5 kilos.
This is a big jump, and this is where it starts getting bigger as well.
Yeah.
So this is the dumbbell that starts getting bigger in size, which is going to kind of throw them off because they're now used to a certain diameter. Yeah. All those reps so far have all been the same size dumbbell. Now it's going to grow, which is going to feel weird.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of into a rhythm. You've got that technique. It's going to throw them off. And obviously we go up in weight as well. 140 kilos. Mental.
Simon, thank you for the super chat. I bet Tom regrets not going further in the shield carry.
We'll see. We'll see. You know, I think honestly, I think the fact that Tom's gone and done that on the dumbbell outweighs that massively. Because his first rep looked like he might have failed the dumbbell. His first rep with the 115,
we weren't convinced he was going to get there.
And then he did it on the second attempt.
Yeah.
If he didn't get that, he would have zeroed. And instead of that, now he's still in with the top 6. And honestly, it's highly unlikely that anyone gets this. If they do, they're going to really stretch away and get some extra points.
What if they all get it?
Then we're kind of in the same boat. Yeah, I'm sat here in shock, kind of like, oh my goodness, how did that happen? But we're in the same boat.
Yeah. Very stressful.
Wow. What a dumbbell contest.
Oh, Pauline, your comment is not attached to your super chat, but I will try and keep an eye out for you. Thank you so much for the super chat, Pauline McLaughlin. Oh, I'm going to butcher so many names. Oh, there you go, Loz. If you did worse or better. Brian, thank you for the super chat. How many subscribers are you up to now? Love you guys. Thanks for hosting.
Thank you very much for joining us. We are at 135,666. And thank you to each and every one of you.
Here we go. We are so behind on comments, Lassie.
That's all right. We can focus on this for now.
Yeah. Okay. So Luke Stoltman is still in this.
He's done so well.
140 kilos. He has.
Let's see how Luke does on the 140. We're talking about 308 pounds.
Right.
That's a massive weight.
It's up on his shoulder. Finding his balance. Oh no!
Do you know what? Luke was close.
Close there.
Luke was close.
He lost his balance a bit, and the other hand came up to
He's
steady
really looking like we know how good he is on log.
it.
He's
Yeah.
really applying good technique now on the dumbbell as well.
Yeah.
He's not relying on that kind of
Shoulder
shoulder and
strength.
tricep power. He's applying that leg power.
It's
His
back up on the
balance
shoulder.
is good. He's really made good progress on this event.
Oh, it's
he
so
was
close again.
Luke is getting within like this much of getting this rep.
He's
going to try.
going to be
more
hard
time.
now. Not that it isn't hard the first time, but you know what I mean. Come on, Luke.
Honestly, he's done very well. Very, very well. No,
he's done.
No.
So Luke goes out at 132.5 kilos, but a very good effort on 140.
Wow.
Deary me. Jason, thank you for the super chat. Prediction: Brian's unprecedented run of 15 finals in a row finally warms over Liz's heart, and we all enjoyed the Liz lost Brian Port broadcast for the next 15 years. I love Brian Shaw. It's all a filthy, dirty rumor because I once predicted that Maxime could possibly beat him on the stones. Maxime did beat him on the stones. Brian fans, though, will never. They were mad. Why do you hate Brian? Like,
they'll never forgive you.
They'll never forgive me.
And Auntie Liz knows her strongman. She is pretty good at these predictions and knowing who's good on things.
Big Loss official fans keeping the rumor alive that I don't like Brian. Strongman Beardy, thank you for the super chat. Can't pay for a live stream, so I'll pay you guys instead. Who would have thought that in 2023, 8,000 people would watch two people talk about a spreadsheet for hours on end? Thanks for all the effort.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Times, yes. Thank you very much.
Who is up Mitch next? Hooper is up next.
Oh my goodness, Lozzie may have kittens.
You know, I'm more relaxed now because our goal was 132 kilos and he's hit that.
Yeah.
This is just a bonus now. And, you know, I am so proud of what he's done. He's already done a massive PB on the dumbbell. He's making progress on every single event. What more can you ask?
Yeah.
You know, this man never ceases to impress. Yeah. I'm super proud of him, whatever happens now, but he's a fighter. He's going to try.
We just need the cameramen to go away. We know he won't lift while the camera's right there, because they're blocking his view of the referee. Okay, just waiting for the referee's signal.
Gives a signal.
No, not yet. Now the referee gives the signal. Come on then, Mitch. It's up to the shoulder. There's like a slight delay as well. My goodness, hands away. Oh, no, missed that. He's brought it back down to his shoulder.
I think it's a bit too much.
Yeah, I think so too.
Gives it a good effort. Gets the down signal. He gets the down signal. I don't believe it. Oh my goodness.
God, my chair, I think, is broken. What happened?
I am in shock.
Oh my goodness.
He is incredible. Wow. Mitch Hooper gets the 140.
Nearly wet myself.
Sorry.
I felt the chair. I think you leant on it accidentally. Yeah. The legs come. Oh my goodness.
Mitch Hooper gets the 140.
Wow.
He's still
keeping
himself in a chance of winning World's Strongest Man.
The dream alive. Oh my goodness. And we're back out again already. Who's next, Lozzie?
It's Evan.
Oh man. Oh gosh.
I am shaking after that. And Evan is getting the crowd pumped.
Oh God, we're so far behind on comments.
We will sort that in a second.
Ending career with 4 titles. Puds still best.
Puds
that's
Puds has the most World's Strongest Man titles. It does not make him the best strongman.
No, absolutely.
He was a great strongman, but it does not make him the best because it depends who you're up against and other things as well.
The sport is much bigger than one show as well.
Absolutely.
Come on, Evan Singleton. He is looking completely
pumped. Fred, it's going crazy. It's going crazy. Thank you so much for the super chat, buddy.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, I'm sitting here. How many members do you have right now? I don't know. I will check in a minute. Yeah. But I think about 500 or 600, which is amazing.
500 or 600 members?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, come on, Evan. It's up to his shoulder. Good strong clean from Evan.
He's close.
He got it.
No,
he got it. He did get it. He did. He got it.
Evan Singleton,
still
the T-Rex,
in the race,
gets the lift.
My goodness.
Wow.
Now Alexi and Tom really need to get this. Oh.
This is mental.
This is crazy.
Absolutely crazy.
Oh, am I still inside my dress? Yes.
I don't know what I'm on about. I said 140 would win.
Yeah, Loz knows nothing.
I know nothing. Auntie Liz, I know nothing. Spicy Stoltman fans, Tom Stoltman fans.
Big Tom, let's
Tom
go.
did amazing on
Anthony,
that
very excited.
I'm in shock.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen
Yeah,
now? This
I
has
know
got to be
nothing.
one of the closest between so many guys. Oh my
Guys, hit the like
goodness.
button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you so
How's my
much.
working? Yes, thank you so much for the super chat. 8,000 watching. Hit the like button while you're here.
Wow.
Enjoying the drama that is us screaming.
Sorry about my reaction then as well. If I screamed a little too
Don't
loud like a girl. I hope you guys are enjoying it, watching along with us. I know it could be better. I know they should be streaming it for us all to watch live.
We do the best
But
we can
we're
do
trying
without
to
having our
keep you
channel taken
entertained.
down. Yeah.
And hopefully you're enjoying our coverage.
Jonathan, I'm really sorry that your comment is not attached, but oh gosh, hold on. Pavlo Cordiaca is up next.
Lots of Stoltman fans in here. Pavlo is approaching the dumbbell.
Just waiting for the camera crew to leave.
Yeah, apparently it's on the World's Strongest Man Instagram. Yako is unfortunately out. Lindsay, thank you for the super chat.
The girls look great. No safety pin needed. Hate is going to hate. Thanks,
There we go.
Lindsay.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Right. Pavlo up to the shoulder. Let's get himself steady.
He looks positioned well.
He looks great.
He's getting locked out, but it's just coming away from him.
Yeah.
He can't quite get his body underneath it.
Come on, Pavlo.
Pavlo is so technically efficient, but maybe just doesn't have that power that some of the other guys have, that kind of stability and the muscle size.
Do you think Pavlo filling out a little bit could help him?
I think he needs to if he wants to win World's Strongest Man, just to bring that deadlift up a little bit, maintain that athleticism that he has, and just add a little bit of muscle to his frame.
Yeah.
Because he is one of the lightest guys, but still
he's
tall.
Very tall. Yeah, he's about 6'5".
Yeah.
Come on, Pavlo. He's back up on his shoulders. Oh no, unfortunately. It's
a great
not
effort.
there.
It was a really great effort.
Oh dear.
So we have Luke out and we have Pavlo out. Mitch and Evan both on a good lift at the 140 kilos, 308-pound dumbbell.
David, thank you for the super chat. Does the larger dumbbell put the smaller athletes that rely on explosivity at a disadvantage? We'll find out when we get to it.
Do you know, the 155 we've seen is absolutely monstrous, and I've never seen anyone touch it. I don't even think the bigger guys will cope with it well, because it's just so much bigger than anyone's ever used to.
Just to get it up your body,
so,
it's crazy.
You know, it's going to be interesting. This one isn't much bigger than the 132.
Yeah,
I thought it was. Obviously, the next jump will get even bigger.
Yeah. Tian saying follow Mitch in everything he does, not just one comment. Absolutely, like people who follow Mitch closely. So I was looking at Luke comment there. Know what I'm talking about, but yeah, you should definitely.
Mitch is a very good guy.
Yeah, he is. Jason, thank you for the super chat. Johnny Kelly through to Ireland's strongest man in 3rd place. Do you think he can win it 3 times and make it back to a Giants?
That'd be amazing to see. I haven't seen Johnny for a while, but he's a good, solid, strong man, and it would be great to see him competing again.
Thank you for the super chat. Carl, thank you. If there was a lightweight showdown between Franco Colombo and Andrew Rains, who do you think would win? Ooh.
Interesting.
Very different eras.
Yeah, very different eras. Andrew Rains probably the better strongman, but
better practiced on
sort of
strongman training specific.
It's a very difficult one to compare against.
I vote Stumpy.
Yeah.
Mr. Burns, thank you for the super chat. Love the stream, facts, stats, emotions, and even a slightly look of the Royal Stones. What more to wish for on a Sunday? Pure satisfaction. Yeah, sorry about that.
Thank you, Mr. Burns. Like, who said Mr. Burns is horrible?
No,
Mr. Burns is awesome.
Shout out to Pete when you get to see this from Erin. There you go.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, Pete. Who's next? Oh, Alexei Novikov is up next. My goodness. I can barely contain myself.
Do?
Hat's back on. Don't know if
it stays
that means
on.
Anything. Yeah.
Alexei Novikov.
Oh goodness.
Wow. Can he prove why he's a champion?
Come on, right? He's just chalking it up. It's going to be a minute because the camera crew is still there. So Lee, brilliant, helped while painting the bathroom. Don't know what helped. Keep scrolling the other way. That's it.
Ooh.
There you go. Keep going, Lozzie. We need to try and get caught up.
I'm going.
He's doing a good job, Lozzie.
Camera
crew's still there. Then he won't go while the camera's there.
Keep us informed.
Yeah.
Moose. Oh, Lots of Moose fans in the house.
Right, he's been given. Magnus has got his arm up. Right, Alexei is approaching the dumbbell. Just cleaning it up to his shoulders. There we go. It's in position. He's gone for a very high balance point.
No,
oh, no.
Keeps coming away from him. That's fallen on him. That's not going to be nice.
No.
He's kind of brushing it off.
Give him
he's
time.
going to come back again.
Come on,
what
Alexei.
Alexei's doing at the moment is it's coming away from him slightly, and he's having to sort of bend to try and get under it, and he's struggling to do that. Normally, he's a bit more effective on dumbbell than this, but I mean, we're talking 140 kilos.
This is his real best event as well, you know?
Yeah, he needs this.
Yeah.
2 athletes have got the good rep.
Come on, Alexei. No, he's not going to get
Alexei's
this.
not going to get this.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That is a surprise.
Wow. Alexei Novikov failing at 140 kilos. Now, he was probably the favorite to win this event. Just shows you never know what's going to happen. Tom Stoltman still in this. Was not one of the favorites to win this event. Mitch Hooper was not one of the favorites to win this. I would have said previous to the competition, Novikov, Pavlo, and Evan were the favorites.
Yeah, definitely.
Evan's still in there fighting.
Yeah. Hooper Trooper for the win, says Nessence. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, everyone who is still watching us. We've been streaming now, thanks to the delay, for 3 hours and 38 minutes. I can't believe they allotted 45 minutes for this event. Like, in what world was it ever going to take 45 minutes? But there you go. Dear, lots of shocked. Oh, yeah. So Evan's still in, right?
Evan is still in, yes.
Here we go. Tom Stoltman. Sorry, I look like a child. Oh, right. Now,
right. Tom Stoltman is up.
If you'd have said to me that Tom would still be in this at 140, I would never have believed it.
After that first rep where he struggled.
No, exactly.
I was like, ooh,
yeah.
Tom has just come back stronger and stronger.
He's looked
every
better with
single
each
rep.
I fully expect this to go up.
After watching that 132, he could do this.
Yes,
legitimately, he could do this.
It's all there. It's just bringing it all together for Tom.
That's why people say Tom could be the best of all time.
It's up on the shoulder.
He's balanced.
Got a good view of Magnus as well.
He's looking nice.
No.
That looked
not
heavy.
close. That
his
one.
positioning was really good,
there.
but there was no real commitment on that dumbbell. He needs to really apply that power, commit 100%.
Right, Magnus is still.
He's just struggling with the balance now.
Yeah, he's not pressed.
Right, he's got it set. Second attempt,
no, that's not going to go.
No, I don't think that's going to go this time. He is trying one more time, but it looks
like it. He's not out yet.
Tom is a fighter.
He's picking it back up.
But do you know what?
Magnus's arm's getting tired.
This has not been bad for Tom at all.
No, this
results-wise,
has been good.
He couldn't have asked for more.
No, we thought this could be the real.
And he's beaten Novikov.
Yeah,
or he's tied with Novikov. Sorry.
Yeah.
Tom
is done. Tom is done.
So Tom is out.
132.5 is Tom's best.
So we only have Mitch and Evan left.
Interesting.
I don't think either of them do 145, but I didn't think either of them would do 140. So who knows what I'm talking about?
You don't know nothing. Strongman Jim, thank you for the super chat. Loz's giggle at Mitch's 140 dumbbell needs to be my incoming message ringtone. Well done for your hard work, guys. Thank you so much, Jim.
Thank you very much, Jim. And now, if I was there, I'd tell Mitch to leave it.
He won't leave it.
I know.
Yeah.
But he's done amazingly well. I think the reality is that neither of them get this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you've still got 2 events to go, but they're both going to go for it.
They're both definitely.
Evan is definitely going to go for it.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Jason, thank you for the super chat. Just want to give a shout out to Brian. Making 15 finals in a row may never be equaled again. I don't think this is getting enough love. No, 100%, Jason. And he has so many records at World's Strongest Man as well. The most event wins out of everyone at Worlds, the most finals, the most consecutive finals. And
unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, nothing lost, no. Ricky, thank you for the super chat. Go, Mitch. Congrats, Evan. 146 kilos incoming. What is the next weight? It's 145. What is that? A 5?
145.
All right, 145 kilos is the next weight jump. Dumbbell pressing my max bench. Dumbbell pressing people's deadlifts.
It's quite insane.
It's crazy.
It really is.
Ben, thank you for the super chat. Even though in transition to powerlifting, this comp has made me dust off my circus dumbbell for a quick session. Mental. Even I want to lift a circus dumbbell after
Hope
this.
you're doing well, Ben. Good to see you or hear from you.
This is too intense. I'm dying over here, Martin. We're dying too. Chances of a world record? No, not now. No. And it gets to the comically large dumbbells as well. I think
also,
the
they've still got 2 more events to think about. They need to be smart.
Yeah.
They need to not risk injury because these dumbbells, the injury risk is massive.
Yeah, and you would only do it if you have to do it as part of the competition, not as an extra. So no.
That last rep by Evan that he was given, was it that last one or the one before that was a bit dodgy?
It was before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Super Noodles, thank you for the super chat. I can't remember. If the reffing is soft for everyone, and then in some ways it's a fair comp, it's unfair if they're soft sometimes and harsh ever. 100% Super Noodles. Yeah, definitely. And we do want to see consistency with the refereeing. We know to err is human, but we would also like there to be a really clear sort of pathway, I guess, with people being able to dispute things. Oh, here we go.
Hooper is going.
Oh my goodness. What's the weight? 145. Okay.
He's going for it.
So it is not the outrageously large dumbbells. It is a very large dumbbell.
It's big. It's bigger than the last one.
Yeah, but it's not like
the one that they saw Mitch shoulder.
The cartoon.
At least he knows he can get it to his shoulder.
Yeah.
But
I guess. My goodness.
Right, he's getting chalked up.
We're all going to need to lie down in a darkened room after this. Right, he's just
so
doing
much
his
for World's
wrist
Strongest
wraps.
Man saying this event would take 45 minutes.
That's what I said. This is crazy.
We knew that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Hope you guys are enjoying our coverage. I am sorry that you can't get to see what's going on.
This is the most we can do without risking losing our channel.
We're doing what we can for you guys, and thank you so much for all of you for joining us.
It's up on Mitch's shoulder.
Mitch Hooper.
He is just finding his balance point, and the arm has
already
come away.
Hit 2 huge PBs.
No.
Oh my God, he got close.
He did get close, but
I don't see it
down
going
on the floor.
I don't
Is
see
he going to leave it there?
I think he should. He's not going to, but
he's not going to.
Oh man.
See,
I'm trying to think about the whole comp now.
He's just taking a breather, redoing his wrist wraps.
I think
how much time he's
beforehand, you think of what worst case is, what best case is, and sometimes you kind of get lucky and go beyond best case. This is beyond that. And
he's still trying for more. But this is why he's a winner.
That's why people like him.
Yeah.
You know, he's got guts. We saw that on the.
No,
he was close as well.
He needs to. Yeah, he's leaving it there. Yeah, he's waving.
A few attempts. He needs to leave
That's fine. Oh my goodness.
You know, we saw it on the shield carry. He digs deep. He really does. He knows every point is important. With Tom Stoltman still having truck pull and stones.
Yeah. Throg, thank you for the super chat. I think watching this is actually more exciting than a live stream would be. Your reactions add a lot of excitement, plus it's informative. We are glad you think so. Thank you.
What would be great is if we could all watch a live stream, but we're still here chatting together.
The ultimate watch party.
Yes,
it would be so cool.
We're going to do that for the Shore Classic.
Oh gosh, Evan straight back up. Here we go.
Evan Singleton. Can he win this event? Can he win an event in the final? He's joint first at worst.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to be over the moon with that, and he's going to pull himself into 4th place overall.
Yeah. Ooh. How long do you think it will be before the next event? Like, they have to give the athletes a break, don't they? So today's going to end up definitely finishing considerably later than expected. Yeah. What time is it? UK time?
It's 3:45.
Yeah. Yeah, we should have been well into the second event by now. Maybe even finished the second event. Right, Evan Singleton is approaching the weight. Just waiting for the cameramen to move. Right, they are out of the picture. Just waiting for the referee.
Did you do that super chat that was on the screen? Just
yeah, that one I haven't done. No. Right, it is up to Evan Singleton's shoulder. He's got a good balance.
Oh, that was a good effort.
That was really close.
Really good effort there by Evan. He's trying again.
Come on, Evan. He's
just stepped back. He's just composing himself. Wants the crowd to respond.
Getting the crowd behind him.
Now he's approaching the dumbbell again. He did get close on that first attempt. So he's up to his knees. He's up to the shoulder. Struggling a lot more to get this in position now. He's wasting a lot of energy now with this dumbbell. He's suddenly balanced.
Oh!
Was he okay? I
that
think he
went
might have hurt
behind
his arm
him.
there.
That looked like it would have hurt.
Yeah, I
It
think
sort of pulled
that's
behind
the
him.
risk
Yeah.
of these huge dumbbells.
Oh my
But hopefully
goodness.
Evan is
Hopefully he's
okay. So very quickly, Mitch Hooper and Evan Singleton joint first on this event, both doing 140 kilos. And I said 140 kilos would win. I just didn't think Mitch Hooper would win.
See what this has done to the points, most importantly, Lazo. Here we go. So getting Strongman archives up. So now then, points have not
Trenton,
been
thank you so
yet.
much for the super chat. Liz just took a shot of that, so she will show it to the relevant
Right.
people.
So right now then, we've got Mitch Hooper in first place with 34.5 points. Alexei Novikov is in second place with 31. So it's a 3.5 point gap. Tom Stoltman is half a point behind Alexei on 30.5. Trey Mitchell is in fourth place, 5 points behind Tom with 25.5.
Evan's
Evan
not far
Singleton,
behind.
25, just half a point from Trey. Then Pavlo Kordiaka is in, what's that, sixth place?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yet, with 20.5 points. Brian Shaw in seventh place with 17.5 points. Matt Ragg in eighth place with 14.5. Tied with Luke Stoltman for 14.5 points. And poor Jakob Schumwinkel, who he has officially withdrawn from the competition with injury.
That was epic. Let's try and get through a few of these nice and quickly.
Let's quickly do the
I'm in my
super chats.
hotel at Myrtle Beach waiting for the watch party.
Thanks for this. Going to go buy a ladder so I can see Atlas Stones in person. We so hope you can see it.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so disappointed that so many of you have had a bad experience.
Gone to Myrtle Beach and are watching us instead of it there because you physically cannot see. That's crazy.
We will be back on for the next event. We'll try and find out what time it's going to start.
We'll do a post on our community page.
Jiminy Crickets.
It feels like I can just say wow, and this comment will remain relevant. Just wow. Yeah,
absolutely.
It
seems to be the case of wow for the whole competition. Amazing performances, amazing athletes. We need to be watching this live, guys, don't we? All of us are here. All of us want to be watching it. Come on, World's Strongest Man. Let's make this happen.
Kayleen, thank you for the super chat. Shout out to Fraser Ross on his 40th birthday on Wednesday. Come on, big Tommy. Take it home to the Highlands.
Birthday for Wednesday.
Yes. Braun and Burley, thank you for the super chat. These guys make my 75 kilo dumbbell max look like nothing. Love seeing the guys pushing. 75 kilos is still awesome.
You know, just keep focusing on your progress. Mitch getting this would cement it.
Won't leave it.
Mitch is doing amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. I am super proud. He's overperforming. And that's what it takes to win World's Strongest Man. You've got to raise your level.
Best events as well. Gabriel, thank you for the super chat. Been up since 4 watching you guys. I truly want Brian to get his 5th title, but at this point, I'm hoping for the podium and Hooper for the win.
Yeah. I just hope he doesn't get hurt and he can just finish strong.
Enjoy himself. Yeah. Kieran, thank you for the super chat. Love you both. Hope you have a nice rest next week.
Thank you very much, Kieran.
Thank you, Ed.
Ed, thank you very much.
We all need to go and eat, but we will make sure we get through the super chats and then we will announce as soon as we know. It looks like we've done it, Lazo.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Just let me check. I don't want to miss someone just by accident. But thank you all for joining us.
Yes.
We will be back as soon as we need to be.
Yeah. Keep an eye on the community page and we'll post any updates we have on timings there for event number 2 today, which is the truck pull.
Right, guys, go have a rest. We'll catch you for the truck pull. Take care.